time. Well, good evening. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. We are the Titans.
Make
You
them
must
know.
step on timing, though. Timing. Bagwan brothers.
There.
Yes, Pastor McKay.
Blessings, Father Lonesome, Lady Angie, Sir Byron, Lady Anne Marie,
Blessings.
everyone in the chat. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Yeah, man. You know what, for me to tell I'm about tonight, you know, because tell me what I know. Andrew Holness get so desperate, I'll be a lie, I'm going and tell him, and I'm the bell pump valves, you know. When I say lie, you know, you see, if I go back, I want to start it out tonight, people have to be aware about Andrew Holness. He's not supposed to step on the ballot. No two way about that. He's not supposed to step on the ballot. Yeah? You can't say you're in a country and you have the corrupted opposed like nothing happen. Yeah? Him carrying to be in Byron, him carrying to be in the IC, and then carry to court, illicit enrichment, and now we're getting money.
Exactly.
Then not like it normal, like people are idiot. Him suffer Jamaican youths, him suffer the whole country. Through the pandemic, before that in a Zozo, in a state of emergency, and then him and him crew, listen, it's a chopper government. No two way about it. Now, them come up with a bus thing. You don't know what I say? Double valve, pump valves. I say 2 years ago when him taking the job, in a 2023, he promised 300 new buses, because he must say the fleet gone down and mash up. I know him didn't deliver 100 and add now. Last year and then this year, and by the next term, I don't know how much term, prison term. Him that didn't deliver the other 100. Make 300, right? But me say, Holness now come out and I say, listen, this bus thing is not good with us to say, send me 100 bus. This is 4 years in the making. 4. So it cannot be true, Holness and pump valves. Then me have pump valves, you know. Well, we see him over Portland. When he jump up over Portland, right? We see him over there. And we see him come up with the bus. So we know the initiative. That in April, and then the Holness company, but Holness are talk about when them say procurement and some little things and what them are fit to and 18 months lie them are tell. So it cannot be true. So Holness I say one thing and Pump Vaz I say the other thing. Or it can be true, Byron?
Exactly. There's an inconsistency between Andrew Holness and Yrs Vaz, now two way about it. But when I look at the whole revelation of the bus, the rural school bus system.
Yes.
It's not like PNP is bashing the rural school bus system. As a matter of fact, remember that that was originated by the People's National Party.
Yes.
It was the People's National Party, right, who had extended JUTC fleet in terms of, right, providing rural transportation, right, within some areas.
Yes.
But to go to show you in terms of, the criminality of both Yrs Vaz and Andrew Holness, it is not so much that they are really much care in terms of having a rural, right, school bus system, right? It's all about the procurement and the $1.4 billion in terms. It's similar to the neurosurgical drill.
Yes.
The same process, right? The same trickery, right? Remember that the neurosurgical drill, in terms of the money that taxpayers spent, right, was supposed to be new neurosurgical drills.
Yes.
But what we had gotten some old, you understand, drills that was sold to us for $30 million, where we could get it for far less. So when I put the similarities and the parallels, you understand, you would have realized that both the neurosurgical drill and the bus system, you understand, fits the similar profile, the similar MO as it relates to how Andrew Holness used the procurement rule, you understand, through the process of nepotism and cronyism, awarding contracts, right, to special people, where those special people, right, and him, right, where they are getting money, sorry, underneath the table. So this is what is wrecking, right, our taxpayers, our taxpayers' dollars, taxpayers are feeling it, right? Now, let me just say this expressively clear as it relates to what sort of research are done with the rural school bus, right? Obviously, in terms of the manipulation of the system where they lied to the taxpayers, the first and foremost, they lied to the taxpayers saying that it is 110 new buses. However, through social media, the investigation of, you understand, a lonesome, the eagle fly, a mystic sensation, a melting pot, a pastor we can God, he knows other people, right? Put them now under the surveillance. So they have to give answers. Now, when we check, we realize that the 110 so-called new buses are really old buses. Now, when we dig deep in the old buses, we realize that these are buses that decommissioned from out of the system of United States. What does that mean? It simply means that when those buses being utilized in the United States as it relates to, you know, giving service to school children and the service granted to them freely, right? So what that being said is that you have a 10 years to 15 years limit, depending on how, you understand, the exhaust of the engine and all of that, right? Now, when it comes to the period between 10 years, United States now start to look now to, right, decommission most of these vehicles.
Yes.
And so then they are now, in terms of, you know, what is evident, all of these old buses that Yrs Vaz brought into the country would have known to be a garbage heap.
Yeah.
These are buses that decommission. All right, let us look on the reason as to why they decommissioned. One of the primary reasons as to why it was decommissioned because of the emission, right, that the engine is letting off, right? The diesel engine, right, and the air that's poison the atmosphere. As a result of that, based on scientific research, right, a lot of people, as it relates to the scientific research and data, is saying that the emission is poisonous, right, to the air and poisonous to the environment, and so then these emissions will affect the school children. And as a result of that, that was the primary reasons for the decommission of these buses. So then, if United States is saying, this is what Jamaica need to ask, for those who take, you know, for Yrs Vaz with these old buses and some of them who say that, okay, there's nothing wrong with the old buses. You understand? This goes to the level of ignorance. You understand? Because when you look, you are going to ask yourself the question, if United States is rejecting these buses, right, because it is not good for the children of United States, why these garbage now being processed for our children, right, to absorb the emission from these vehicles, deadly gas, poisonous gas that poison the atmosphere? Remember, you know, Andrew Holness is someone who has NEPA in his office, and Andrew Holness, more than anybody else, you understand, should have been care very much about the environment. So then, how are you going to put these old buses in the system, forcing them onto children? The reason for this is just that they are hiding their criminality. We have caught them with their hands in the cookie jar, stealing, you understand, $1.4 billion. You understand that they actually...
For politics. For
politics.
Campaigning.
Right?
Two things.
Exactly.
When we do a campaign with it.
Yes, when we do a deep dive,
yes,
and we look on the cost of these buses, right? Remember, these are decommissioned buses. Some
yes,
of these buses are selling between the period of 2,000 to 3,000.
Yes.
So then, if that is the case, and these buses are selling 2,000 to 3,000, right? Why would the government of Jamaica spend $1.4 billion on these buses? And that is the primary question where the electorate need to ask. The electorate need to ask Andrew Holness and Yrs Vaz, why you have a decommission system as it relates to those buses, you understand, seems to be garbage for the United States. And this is what Jamaica is taking up, right? To pass on, you understand, the poison pollution to our children. So I say it's a no-no. They hand caught in the cookie jar. Another neurosurgical part 2 as it relates to the bus. You understand? We catch them this time with their hands in the cookie jar, stealing taxpayers' money. And that's all what it is. And I heal back.
All right, Pastor Vicky. And as I said before, I show you in a Manchester. I knock them in about 2 hour opening statement, people. Hey, Pat, me see you ready, And me see say you at. Me have a man on the show the other day. And everybody else say, you melting pot. I'm a virgin,
Yes.
chocolate brother. They never look good.
Melting pot.
That's it, go. Yes, Pastor Vicky.
Yeah, I agree with Sir Byron assessment. Listen, my fellow Jamaicans, greetings, melting pot, big respect. My fellow Jamaicans, Yrs Vaz is a criminal and he's busted with this school bus. These buses are junk, American junk. You can go to the junkyard and scrap them and buy parts, metal, in the metal trade. The American bus system has switched out from diesel buses to natural clean gas buses and electric buses. Yeah. Them not use them buses. Them buses are outdated. When Biden come in 2020, him, rush with the new green economic, in terms of emission, carbon being reduced, and pollution and these things. So if these buses are not good for American, as Sir Byron and Father Lonesome and Sir Melting Pot been saying, it shouldn't be good for Jamaica. When we are foreign and we are going to Jamaica, we can't use leftover clothes or anything. Them no want them. It's like an insult to give people clothes over wear and carry Jamaica to give them. Them want brand new Clarks, brand new Nike, Adidas, Air Jordans. People want brand new clothes and brand new everything. People they even want you come down there and give them 1,000 Jamaica or 5,000. US them want because of how we are as a people. Yes. Now, what happened to Vaz is that he saw an opportunity to help the Prime Minister and his party to win, which is a failed opportunity because this election, all elections is local. It's the bread and butter issues and the kitchen table issues that's concerning the electorate. You're not going no election off of roads. You're not going no election off of water. You're not going no election off of JUTC bus. And you're not definitely win no election off a decommissioned school bus. So a backward thinking government, which don't have a vision for the future, this is what they resort to. Backwardness. Because after 9.5 wasted years, they can't come to the electorate with accomplishments and say, here's what we have done for the 9.5 years to improve your lives. One last point. Over the last couple of months leading up to the local government election, the Prime Minister began to blame the procurement process and say, oh, it's slow, it takes so long. 3 to 4 years to get the procurement passed before them can get the funding. Lie. He was just making excuses for failures. Now all of a sudden, him rush now. What happened to the bureaucracy that held back the procurement process to get things done speedily? Now all of a sudden, them rush for go get new old commission buses and bring it out. My fellow Jamaican, listen, no parents with good conscience who love their children should not allow their children to ride a bus with the door open in traffic for your children to get hit by a motor vehicle or a motorcycle. God forbid. We now wish nothing bad, but it's possible because the door will open on the wrong side of the road. These buses were not made for Jamaica. And a backward thinking government should have went to Japan or not England or one of them countries that were them drive on the same side of the road and order brand new bus. Vaz could I get about 70 or 80 brand new buses now with no need to retrofit or put in nothing. Last point, it might talk about 1.4 billion cameras, technology, everything. These buses come from the manufacturer from day one with all the technology what him at talk. We never have. Listen, my children rode these buses. Me know them buses here. Me have friends that drive them buses here. Me call them last week and talk to them. These buses coming everything. The only thing him have to do is take the door off for the right, put it on the left, which is wrong because now the children are going to be behind the driver, and the driver won't be able to see the safety of the children when they're entering or exiting the bus. And the only thing I have to pay for is the cashless thing box up for them scan them card for coming. That's it. If no need for pay for nothing else. So them chop the money and thief the money, and now I try squeeze in the money with them chop and say, this a part of the 1.4. The devil is a liar. Praise him for God.
The devil is a liar.
Of course. Melting Pot, when I'm the Pastor Ricky, I want thing when you decommission the thing them, right? You see the camera and everything. You come like the ship them have warship. I remember America built a some brand new state-of-the-art ship, you know. Better than the first, and them decommission this one. That for sure so them have a life. Yes, them ship, and them did have ship everywhere. China them buy and have to go build back and think America no want them. Them sure scrap them, decommission them, take out the technology out of them. And the same thing with the bus. So you know it's a scrap. So them that take out the same camera system and everything because you decommission them. Exactly. You know, leave them with them. That means a scrap. Him shouldn't buy them.
Right. Under no circumstance.
Just buy it for 1 hour. So it's a waste of money to buy it because that comes with everything for 2 like Papa Pastor Vicky say, you know. But when you decommission it, you know, just go through it like that, I'll take them out.
Choppings.
Like it, yes. Chopping black. Yes, Melting Pot.
Yeah, man, greetings and blessings once again to everyone tuning in tonight. Blessing to my brother them on the platform tonight,
Listen.
you know. Boy, me I tell you, it's bad, you know, we do I go on in Jamaica, you know. Boy,
Yes,
me I
man.
tell you, but me could go in right now. Well, now my own calculation of thought, you know. The acquisition of these school bus was designed to use as a campaign tool and strategy for the general election.
Yes.
And not as they say to the general public that they are introducing a school bus system.
True.
Because any government who have a school bus system on them resume would have rolled it out long time. It wouldn't be in the twilight of them, you know, period in our office. It would have even roll out from January last year. Come on. So we know where them going with. You understand?
9 years ago.
And right. And I mean we have seen it. We see Michelle Charles, we see James Roberts, and the whole of them have it. Vaz them have it a campaign with early morning, midday, afternoon, all them way there. Running up and down like lunatic all over the place. I've never seen a bus system being used as a political campaigning tool. And I mean, they have done it to at the subsidy of our Jamaican citizen health, our environment. You understand? Because that is the eventual outcome of everything, you know. Because them say, you know, when not go on good a man and it can't come good hour, evening.
Yeah.
So in the long run, a whole heap of Jamaican are going to suffer bad health, respiratory problem. You understand? End up with lung disease and all these things. Because as everyone knows, these buses were decommissioned from within the United States and Canada. They are pulling them back from the service based on global, you know, carbon emission reduction. Everybody is trying to. But here is Jamaican garbage government run gone by these old garbage bus, bringing them to Jamaica, trying to trick the Jamaicans into thinking that they are doing something good for them. Now I'm telling all of my Jamaican people, this is a bad present brought into the country by the Labour Party. A present nobody no want. A refused and rejected present from where it is being, you know, manufactured, so to speak. So under no circumstance we can leave these type of activity, you know, and make them go unnoticed. Because as Byron rightfully say, you know, we see similar pattern with these type of investment, you understand, as it relates to the neurosurgical drill and the bus and many that has gone on before. Yeah, I mean the used car for the police them. I know 30 of them not come. You understand? Same thing. We say again time go buy a simulator for down a transport authority, come back lie when you look on the price, when get astronomical 50 odd million. It's something
4 million for one. So 21, 24 and buy. 21 million, 21 something million.
Right, 20 odd something million, right. Yeah, for something value.
Nothing.
You understand? So we are looking at them type of behavior, yeah, with this government and realize that this government is all about connery, trickery, robbery, skullduggery, corruption.
Rogue government.
And I mean, it's a rogue government, Byron. No 2 ways about it. Them are rogue. But what is so significant is the fact that we are looking at two major players. We are looking at the Prime Minister and Yrs Vaz. Them are the two major players now. Yeah, man, and them are going with everything. Everybody else follow suit. But the gang leader them, and them two that we call out. So we have to call upon the Jamaica Constabulary Force. We have to call upon MOCA. We have to call upon Indicom. We have to call upon Integrity Commission. Please go after these criminals. Find a way to apprehend them and bring them, because we have been presenting the facts for over 2 weeks now. It is there for everyone to see. The facts that we present is 100% authentic, cannot be refuted. So, I mean, what else is there that you guys need to look at? Go for these criminals. Andrew Holness, Yrs Vaz, big time criminal. Tough tongue criminal, Agintai criminal, Lollipop Jack criminal. Go for them criminal, them have mashed up the place. We cannot have people using taxpayers' money as campaigning asset. That is not part of the protocol. Your campaign must be party funded by party donors, not by taxpayers' money. So when we look and see what is going on with the school bus system, it is wrong, totally wrong, absurd, unbelievable. And to begin with, it comes with a lot of disrespect just to introduce something that they know is a failure. They disrespect taximan and coasterman. Them call them all type of derogative terms. And these are the people that have been providing this service for a mighty long time. And all of a sudden, the recognition has gone AWOL. You understand? And we can't have this type of politics playing in our society. Corruption politics, gutter water politics, garbage politics, that don't have nothing good for all for your society going forward. The message that is being sent by this Jamaica Labour Party hierarchy, led by Andrew Holness, to aspiring young politicians is that them can come into the system, come rob. We have to stop that.
Exactly.
That must be stamped out from now. We cannot allow that type of message to be passed on to young aspiring Jamaican who have the ambition of entering into politics. That you can waltz away into politics and then rob the society. This is exactly what Andrew Holness and his administration has been doing for 9.5 years. This is why it's the first administration that has racked up over $3.3 trillion in losses. This is the only government that has 3 to 4 big scandal every week. This is the only party that we see carry state agent to court.
Unbelievable.
So we are asking the question, what has gone wrong in our society? What has gone so wrong with our democracy? And why are we allowing Andrew Holness to be this type of ultimate leader that he proclaimed himself to be?
Political
because yes, Byron, because it seems like nobody can apprehend this guy. This guy has waged a war of atrocity upon the land of Jamaica and the citizens in Jamaica. We've seen all the type of corruption, from car seat to you name it, locking up people for mass in a pandemic, 25 unlawful state of emergency, unconstitutional. We have seen this guy trying to change our constitution to suit himself because he wants to be the ultimate leader in the country. And we are saying to Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party that that is a no-go show. As long as the Titans are here, that will never happen. You understand? Because we are not bloggers. We are investigative journalists. And we will hold each and every one accountable and highlight the wrongdoing that they so endeavor to pursue. Because Jamaica has to regain back its pride. And this is the reason why we have to oust this regime government and bring all of them into the justice system for trial. And I yield back the floor to another member of the panel.
You know, I want to say something, Melting Pot. Wayne, I want to say something that Melting Pot mentioned as it relates to our democracy, asking what could have gone wrong with our democracy. And it just struck a chord in me. And I am saying that when Portia Simpson had lost the general election in 2016, Portia Simpson held back and, peacefully allow a transition of a new government, right? Portia Simpson at the time set a date, right, reasonable for the general election, right? Because Portia Simpson believes in democracy. And we give kudos to Bruce Golding as well, who has, come to terms that he has to resign, right, and remove himself from the stage as a result of the level of embarrassment that he had undergone as it relates to what unfolded with Dudos. But when you look at the entire political history, coming up from we gained independence until now, you have never seen someone that exhibited the sort of political tyrant behavior, right? Now, today is the what? Today is the 17th of July. And Melting Pot, we have heard no announcement from the Prime Minister pertaining to general election. So that people's mind can be at ease, right? And people can say, okay, all right, we're looking forward for this date, and for who making the relevant preparation can be prepared. This goes to show you that this man is a very dishonest person. It goes to show you that this man is a narcissist. It goes to show you that this man is a political tyrant. Because what this man is saying to Jamaica, if Jamaica is not listening clearly, is saying that by any means necessary, he wants to stay in power. And the reason for that is not to move the nation forward. The reason for that is to conceal his wrongdoing. Now, when you look in terms of any ordinary case that would have been investigated and where you have persons who tie to the investigation, the appropriate thing to do is for them to step away, right, in order not to interfere or interrupted with the investigation. But this man stand up in the middle of it. This man just decided that he's going to double down because he undermined Jamaicans so much. Because when you look at it, Melting Pot, when you really look at it, in terms of the level of disrespect, the level of disregard as it relates to our treasury, he believes that taxpayers' money belongs to him, is elite, is confederate. And so then Jamaica has to look at this, and what we are seeing is the level of, tolerance as it relates to the PSOJ. Now let me show Jamaica something. When I look on Comrade Leader Mark Golding, and God, Father God, I know Father God has blessed us with a likes like Mark Golding, and Father God is going to strengthen him, and I'm asking Father God to strengthen Mark Golding. Now, where am I going here? Mark Golding, beneath his breath, and a campaign function, right? The mic, right, being given some problems, and beneath his breath, speak accordingly to the issues at hand as it relates to the problem that the mic was given. And when you look, you hear Big Mama, George Davis, and all of them run out to crucify him. And I said, wait, let us back up a bit. Let us back up a bit here. Let us back up a bit here. Yeah. Mark Golding speaking underneath his breath, right? Showing a frustration as it relates to the mic. He wants the mic to get up to speak to his people. That has nothing to do with any money missing from our treasury.
No.
When we look on, and this is a very serious thing that we have to put in front of us. Right? And look at it. And said, look, Jamaica, as we know it, as it relates to the national debt, we owe $2.4 trillion. What the Andrew Holness-led government, and let me word it properly and appropriately, an Andrew Holness-led government is unable to account for $3 trillion. Let us make that sleeping a bit in our head and ask ourselves the question that if we were able to allow checks and balance, transparency, we would now reduce ourselves on the corruption index, where we had reduced by 4 margin downwards, where the world is saying to us that our corruption level is increasing as a result of the government that we have in power. So people, are we paying attention to what the corruption index is saying? Let me straighten this a bit. We have to remember that when Portia Simpson, stepping out of Portia Simpson, and when Mark Golding, right, as it relates to being part of the pioneer for the Integrity Commission bill, when it was passed, when the bill was passed in 2017, what happened to the corruption index? We had risen 4-digit upward on the corruption index. Andrew Holness administration, right, aided the process in terms of passing the bill that crafted by Mark Golden to put into the legislation. How did that look for us, Jamaica? That put us up 4-digit point upward on the corruption index. Let us brought forward from 2017 to 2025 under full leadership of a kleptocratic government. What happened now today as we speak? That 4-digit point upward had been reduced by that same 4-digit point. Now we are 40%, right, on the corruption index. And we know that on the corruption index, anything below 50 is extremely corrupt. Now, as the Titan boss mentioned before, never in the history of Jamaica that you have a prime minister that challenging his own justice system, bringing them to court. It never, Jamaica people, wake up. It has never happened. Never in our history, our past prime minister has 28 bank accounts. Never in our history, we have our prime minister running $470 million through NCB, where he cannot explain his source of wealth to the Integrity Commission. So I want to ask NCB, how Andrew explain their source of wealth to you? Because of course, Michael Leachin, NCB, is complicit of money laundering. And my people, the PSOJ of Jamaica tends to be silent. So if you're silent and Andrew Holness running $470 million through NCB without explaining his source of wealth. But whenever Mark Golden speak underneath his breath, a little thing escape, being a Jamaican, venting his frustration, he's a human being. Mark Golden venting underneath his breath is worse than Andrew Holness running $470 million. It is worse than Andrew Holness' government. $3 trillion cannot be accounted for. And we sit down with this PSOJ. Well, Jamaica PSOJ, let me tell you this. You're only few in numbers. And nowhere in the history of Jamaica, PSOJ ever responsible to vote in a government. So my electorate, I am talking to you tonight. Make sure that when you go out there, step out there, me not afraid to tell you that. Put the X beside the head. And we don't talk.
All right. So I can knock them now. Can I make a two bomb me I use, you know, no, some of the pan a two bomb for use one, you know. Remember this?
Start the show. You're gonna start the show, Father Lord, son.
You're gonna start the show now. Yeah. Because a tube amp with the pan tonight.
Warm up.
Tube amp. It is a warm up. This remember, you know, when we warm up, when we get at 1 hour, you know. So let me just start the show right now. You see, we just start the show. Watch me. Americans. What do we about it? 1 a.m.
Start packing because you are going.
So we're up now, you know, we're up. Two man turn up. And people, think about it in a real way. Them why them show your bell. Oh, you forget up and vote for your bell. Remember your head. It run the body, you know. It carry the iron, carry everything up here, so you know. When your brain dead, that's it, you know. You can't when you do vote for your bell, that's not a part of your body, man.
Slavery.
Your head carry the thing unless you don't have no brain, man. So you put the X beside the head, man. And the head carry the body. And the head carry the eyes, the mouth. Listen. Listen me. So you do take up them bill out there, so you come with the head, you know. You come with the head. Part of your body, very important. So you couldn't go vote and put an X and you have a bellow, unless you're a madman. You put it beside the head. That's why you see the party, they're not good round there, so you know. Corrupted. Now I tell you, say the two bombs, I'm warm up now, you know. Me I start it like this. Let me just show them this, and then when I start it, I'm going to show you the conflicting with the Prime Minister. Yeah? When I'm supposed to step on the ballot. And Vaz, because it can't be true when I'm talking about the old boss, and when I'm talking about, when I talk about 2 years, I mean, I'm going to hear it in a real time. And when I talk about 4 years ago, the Prime Minister now coming and take a different credit from Vaz. Just still them up on the road and them are do campaigning with the old boss then. Old boss, watch this. This is first with them, I press. Watch this. Hold on, before I press this. Let me tell some people about that. Hold on, before I press this. That's good. Let me tell you, Paula. You remember, say YouTube, them come out with something different now from the other day, right? Let me tell you what this. Mama, they put up your song. Good thing, my draw back feet. I'm going to put it up back. I'm going to move this. Hold on, Paula. Paula. So YouTube come out with something now, show we say, who in the index, and them are press up, them are show me who are number 1 and number 2. But my sister, see there? It's you are number 1 right now, you know. With your comments, them in it's set attack to me. Look there. I come there say number 1. Now, who them say number 2 now? Who them say number 2?
Derek McCoy.
And who are number 3? Beverly. Beverly. Are you number 3, you know? And the amount, yes, the amount, right at the box. And see there, you know? See the crown there? Yes. You might not see it on this, look on your phone. I think you might not see the crown. If you have a phone that can use it, them can afford you see it. So, Paula, you're going good. The first one, I say there, number 1. Your comments, them, you know? And number 2 and number 3, you see it? So, Hamilton, I see this, I see Beverly this. All right. So, let me move that. Yeah, man. Paula, you're going good. So, I can play this now. This is today. The man that run out with the old boss. Can you imagine in a real time? Me a Yrs Vaz say him a strategist, political strategist. And him come and I try with eyes at them and him go draw for 1 bus. When them take from down a ministry, we carry where them use and carry on the farm worker them when them go airport and thing and that them use it for. And him draw for that and say I come in with 3 more, make 4. And then we say Andrew come add up on that, but him and Andrew has 2 different things right now. Right now. Let me show you this. The man, them are, hey, them 2 be a face in a brother. So look on this when we see them do right or so. Let me play about this. Look here. I don't know follow them. Look on this. I'm not just them reach to the old bus them, you know. Look here. Look, they might need that, you know. No, Yrs Vaz. Come on now. No, I'm going to put it back here, so. Now, who you think most people travel nowadays, brother? We want to come out with this, we want to think we're going to trick the people in Jamaica. One man pay 700,000 for mask. Yrs Vaz, you know, so I'm going to bust up. All right, I'm going to bust something for you, Yrs Vaz. 9 nights, I'm going to bust, I'm going to move this. No, you can't believe me, my brother. My brothers. You can't believe so them people take Jamaican people so stupid. Them think Jamaican people so stupid. That you have come with a bus and everybody run out now and say, I vote for you because you have an old school bus. The decommissioned school bus, garbage truck. That makes sense to you, know? So tell me something, let me ask you something very serious. Well, I'm my brother. I ask them something serious. Andrew Holness, and 9.5 years, we call it 10 years. You don't know, so I say it more than one time. Let me say it back to you again. You know, say for the day in for the 2 term and you are work, you never even have to come a road. You know, see none of we as a bash you. Because we not bash you, we attack the truth too. Because we not bash people. We hold you are holding foot to the fire. You ask me to do that. We play the video more than one time when you tell me for hold the government accountable. That we are do. So we know out of so. I said, well, you don't do this, and we know say it we. Yeah? We know the 5 and 4 fail, brother. It failed. Right? If you did do good, you know, then I try and go with a school bus. Exactly. In that draft, we call it this park. And then when you look at our Maghreb road, you can't run per road and water. We tell you a long time, you know. We are telling you these things long time. We are continuing. No care when we jump on, we are telling you the same thing over and over. You can't run per the old bus them neither, brother. You can't even run per no bus. Because the truth is, a PMP carrying back them bus there. JLP remove the bus them we did that before. Yeah? And then PMP carrying them one and now. I mean, if I see them run up on PMP, I do one and do.
No, sir.
Never. So when I move JRS, PMP bring in JUTC.
Yeah.
I will never see what you do. And remember, when you use the fleet, them and them own. You have to replace them. Oh, not about handing sermon, you're not. You know, so take the voters and feed that. You know, let me play this scene there. I make melting pot where I say, now I have to play this. Can I open up with this? Yrs Vaz. Make us see this. What on there? I want to play for you. Yrs Vaz, take this. And then I open up proper now. Watch this. Chuba and pop. Watch this.
Anyway, my name Yrs Vaz. My name Yrs Vaz. Anyway, 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 my name Yrs Vaz.
All right, so we can move your Vaz. Boy, don't use the word Vaz because don't use the word. We don't have nothing to say to you. Not my word. Are you a word by one?
You know, hey, look.
I know your word. I know your word, the melting pot. I know you, Pastor Richard. Remember, we not saying nothing, you know. We just are listening to what you are saying anyway. Your name, Yrs Vaz. Stop it. Stop it. Yes? Stop it, Mr. Pumps. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah? Yes, melting pot.
Yeah, man. You see the handout distribution with the JLP government that come, you know, use amongst our Jamaican people and bring the Jamaican people to a level now where, you know, them feel like say everything and anything where them bring come and introduce the people and we accept it. It's a system where me know so them boy have to get charged and go to prison for a long time, you know. This whole heap of campaign strategy as well you hear Yrs Vaz say with the strategies. Yeah. But I want to backfire upon them. You understand? So why them having these bus? Remember, school supposed to be an holiday now, yeah? And them come to serve the school community. But the bus them all over the place. A little of ignition. I rack up mileage pan the clock, a wear off tire and wear. What was them a do? What the Labour Party a do? And them not say it now get the forward everywhere them go. The dance flap with it. It not getting any forward. The people them you know, it's a sore eye to the people, you know. Them big old nasty yellow bus here. A sore eye to Jamaican. The buses them look out of place now in society. Them all you cannot for the sake of any want of a better phrase accept these things. Because in the first place, them no look good, them no new, them all, so them don't attract your attention. And this more want Vaz to know. Yeah, but Vaz feel like say the Jamaican society, them is so poor and impoverished that any little thing you can't come introduce to them will lap it up. No, social media change the people mindset. Social media have groomed the people them now to have natural common civic sense. To know when something look good from when something not look good. To know when something is right from when it is wrong. Yeah. And these buses in the first place is a wrong instrument to use as a campaigning tool. The door them up on the wrong side. We never bring vehicle coming out of the country where we have to reconfigure it. No vehicle yet. So that alone tell us it's wrong. We never bring no vehicle coming out of the country where the other country where to leave from, decommission them because of high expenditure of carbon oxygen from the tailpipe. Yeah, and we never bring no vehicle in this space yet to operate for passenger vehicle, but minister have it up and down and all type of party supporters they behind it. It's wrong and it look bad and it make our society look like we're going backward. But we know say Mr. Backward as him was known for when him there at university. That is his desire to take our society to a backward space, into a dark era where him can rule over we. You understand? But Marky G are the shining light, you know. And Marky G make sure knows that all the dark cloud that were under the Labour government are spread over Jamaica. Mark Golding and move that. Mark Golding will be the shining beacon of light that would restore pride and would restore respect amongst our society, especially from the top. You understand? Because right now the top is just a flap, you know. Them flap out. Because when you have a guy like Yrs Vaz that call himself, say, anywhere I'm going, name Killer Vaz. But we know. You're there in a town and you go out with the same foolishness. You go over, so you go, so everywhere you go, you do it. Since you set foot in a Portland murder rate gone up, and the type of killing where occur in a Portland has never seen before. And those type of killing where we see going around them places, we affiliate it and attribute it to certain substance in life. Certain substance, people. That's the result of what you see with those type of criminal activity where you see people spread out of them apartment in a pool of blood. A substance cost that. Now, who is the mastermind and the linchpin for that? Yrs Vaz. Him fly out and fly in regular. Yeah, and him not bring nothing where people can, you know, use as what they call food commodity. The man they bring substance commodity. And that them partake, you know. That's why you see the big bus road at Bosco Bell, Ian Fleming there. And you see it all over airstrip, them illegal airstrip. This administration pride itself on substance. They are not real government. And so we must break this cycle that we see is emerging in our society. No other administration you ever see the amount of cocaine coming in the country during them period of time. Guns, you never see that amount. Ammunition, you never see that amount. Illegal plane landing, you never see that amount. Container drop off a ship, you never see that yet. So something is wrong, fundamentally wrong with this Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness. Yeah, with a linchpin criminal like Vaz and the rest. When the money can undervalue with asset and then fly out, go to Mexico and bring back the remain of the asset that them share for themselves. That is a bad signal going forward. As I say, this Labour government is grooming our young, civic-minded Jamaican student, brilliant mind to come into politics to portray the same type of policy where Andrew Holness them are going with. You understand? Of ripping off the country, stealing from the taxpayers, angling our money as if it belongs to them, taking majority of all cash grant and loan with them borrow to use intended purpose in the country for themselves. Look in the pandemic how much money various countries around the world donate to this island, Jamaica. What have we seen? Nothing. When them do, them just create some little system like what you see with the people them line up. Because that was not the way in a pandemic we have people line up to get our money. No. That must not be the way. You're supposed to have a more, utilized strategy going forward where people can get their money without queuing up. And people have to pay a portion of the money to leave the queue because the line long. Because where Andrew do, bungle up everybody to go for look at $10,000. 10,000 people. And that we hear that give away, 10,000, you get 8, you get the security too. So that turn the country in a hustling country. Hustling mentality. Are we saying to Andrew Holness, this has to stop. You must not be on the ballot. You're supposed to be behind bars. And me a call once again from the people with the authority to go lock up Andrew Holness, Yrs Vaz, Christopher Tough Tongue, yeah, Lollipop Jaw, Juliet Holness, Queenie, Big Mama, them people have to get locked up. And a joke business. Authority no need to move and go towards these people. Them have so much criminal activities and them watch it's unbelievable. And I mean, the entire world is watching it. That's why we are down where we are in the corruption index. It is as a result of Andrew Holness' government. And I am echoing the same sentiment as my brother Mystic. It is a result under the PMP government. We did not suffer. We gain respect where the corruption index is concerned. What happened when this guy come in? All of that has erased that completely. So it has show you say the administration is corrupt. And we can't present it no clearer to you, Jamaican. This government is corrupt to the core. I remember, you can't love a man or a party. You must love yourself and your country. I yield back the floor to another member of the panel.
Pastor, we keep for me knock it. I'm bringing this Vaz them now and Andrew Holness. We have fling a case out to them now. Because the tube and warm up now, When you get at a worries, boy, you want to take note of this, people. You want to take note of this. All right, Titan brother, take note of what Yrs Vaz has said right here, so. Please take the note here. And the way what Andrew Holness has said, and you're right here because them have the answer to it tonight, Hear this.
Years, students in rural communities have been struggling to get safe and reliable transportation to and from school. In fact, just a few weeks ago, our news team highlighted the plight of students in Portland.
Sometimes I reach home, not even have time to sit down, I just have to do homework, then I go paid, and then by the time I finish homework, I have time for me to go sleep.
Bus that takes like the regular process to St. Thomas and so, they're not going to take all the students because they're going to take the adults because they want the money.
On Monday, the government launched the rural school bus system in the parish. Transport Minister and Member of Parliament for West Portland, Yrs Vaz, provided details.
This initiative was an MP-driven initiative for Portland, which now has gone through, as Mr. Troop said, to an all-island rural school bus system to be operated and funded by the government of Jamaica. So where we are going to be doing 4 buses, MP Yrs Vaz and myself, the Ministry of Education has allocated 7 additional buses to the parish of Portland.
Portland has had its
You want to tell a while?
Yeah.
I'm going to play it back. Take note.
So rural school bus system to be operated and funded by the government of Jamaica.
Yes.
Was an MP-driven initiative for.
It is an MP-driven. This is April. Now move it. James says that MP-driven right front of me. Remember the TV James talked to brothers. When you hear it, right? I'm going to bring him up here, so. I'm going to play Andrew Holness. It cannot be with them 2 line now, you know. All we are telling them stop them like we are holding them in a real time. Hear him now. Hear Yrs Vaz again now. Listen this.
Which now has got
Not this. Listen this.
120 CNG buses and 50 diesel buses.
Yes.
I made a commitment at that time for 100 buses per year.
He made the commitment, see there, for 3 years. So 2 years ago, he made the commitment, see there, 100 bus a year. So this year is supposed to be 200 out of the 3, right? So hear this.
3 years. We are now in year 2.
Year 2.
And already the second 100 buses are due to arrive in Jamaica. And I will give you the schedule.
So I'm moving from there so now. I create a prime minister now. So him come in because the thing did mash up. And him say, because the prime minister now run it good. And he made the commitment. He said, I'm here 2, and it got 200 buses. Yeah, so the school bus, a film initiative. Okay, I go hear the prime minister say, yes, sir. We not do tabloid run, yes, sir. Hear this.
Buses that you're seeing here today were not ordered yesterday. We didn't go to a shop and say, 100 bus. These buses took 4 years of planning, not just
planning. That before the man get the seat there. But I finish listening because it cannot be real. You know why I say this now? Because Chua said them a try them a do campaign on the bus. And I'm telling them 4 years so it come in and it come in like a coincidence. When you hear this, let me play it back again.
These buses that you're seeing here today were not ordered yesterday. We didn't go to a shop and say, 100 bus. These buses took 4 years of planning, not just yesterday. And this 4 years of planning started with an assessment of the problem, the situation with the JUTC, the theft of fuel, the breakdown of buses, the unreliability of service, the long waits, all the complaints that we were getting, which we then described as pain points for commuters. We sat down and we said, how are we going to treat with this? We worked.
And Vaz, another minister, you know, because 4 years I put you back in our 21.
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Out a system that we would transition from heavy fuel oil buses, diesel buses, into LNG, and we even tested some electric buses. Same was done for the school bus system.
Him said the same done for the school bus system. You hear the man same so it on the school bus system. Listen, let me hear you know. The same thing him do.
Into LNG, and we even tested some electric buses. Same was done for the school bus system.
Oh, and it's not LNG vehicle in the car, and we'll never have it. Anyway, hear this now.
We recognize that some schools, through financing from the government, through the Ministry of Education, actually had a school bus system.
Because him see we are play it. But Vaz, so we not none of this is the first time. You hear this? Him recognize it is there. All right, but the school bus system are the same thing him do 4 years ago.
With dedicated buses, and we looked at how we could replicate that. We did various analyses and studies on it. And then came the important thing. How can we fund it? None.
So, him came the important thing, how can we fund it? The school bus. So 4 years ago, he have something more longer than that now. It cannot be true. Just play valves and say it is an initiative from MP. And then he put on the government on it. Yes, people, them for go away, you know. Continue. And yeah, when do how can we fund it? That's before valves coming to the party. Yeah? Continue.
None of these buses that you're seeing here are being funded by borrowing. None. Then, once we allocated the fiscal space, it went through a process of investment appraisal. Is this?
So investment appraisal, but me never hear none of them I read out in none of the budget 2021, 22, and them thing me never hear no school bus or nothing I mention, you know. Continue.
The right thing to spend the public resources on? Is there another competing need on which we should spend the money rather than on these buses? So we look at the opportunity cost. Is it viable? What's the economic case for it? Will it save the government money? Once we answered all those questions, and that process can take anywhere from 3 months to a year. Then
a year. That process takes 3 months to a year. That before valves now. It cannot be real. Them are lied. 2 of them are lied. That's what I said, it can't be real. Continue.
We go into procurement. We have to put out a tender to the world, to the public.
You know what, see that tender, hey, that means you put it out in the paper then, brother. Him put it out in the paper. That means we want to see the tender, you know, brother. Me want, which one you gazette it then? You put out the tender, brother. For the school bus and the other one in 2021 and 22 and 23. That man at the end of the brother. Yeah, hear him?
Yeah.
Public and those who feel that they have the capability to deliver.
He put it out the tender to the public. One of the seat people. One of the tender for school bus or nothing.
Economic case for it. Will it save the government money? Once we answered all those questions, and that process can take anywhere from 3 months to a year. Then we go into procurement. We have to put out a tender to the world, to the public, and those who feel that they have the capability to deliver, then they come, they make their bid. Then that process of tendering can take anywhere from 6.
But we have with the school bus then, brother. You hear this now?
6 months to 18 months. Then
6 to 18 months. 1 year, 1 to 3 months to 1 year.
Then after that is done, you go into the contracting phase. We have to sign a contract that yes, you're going to deliver the buses on X date based upon X payment schedule. And then the buses have to be manufactured. They are not on shelves somewhere.
Which one of the bus them no manufactured? You cannot the school bus do, you know. I must tell you one. Them they manufactured long time, better more than a decade and a half ago. Eh? They have to be brand new bus. Remember go and listening, man. That one when they tell lie, you know, him and the other one, them dangerous, you know.
They are manufactured because in the contracts there are certain specifications for these buses to operate in Jamaica. That can be anywhere from a year to 18 months. I don't recall what the manufacturing time on these buses were. So you see, it is coming to fruition in elections. That's just coincidental.
It's not coming to fruition in elections are coincidental. I talk about the 2 buses. This is live. Live. So the one man has said one thing, Yrs Vaz has said something else, and him has said something else. Eh? In front of our eyes, brother. Me like when them talking because me use them own word. Not me gonna show no them staying up people. And the first time I have this kind of thing when them talk, we can fact check them in a real time. Mr. Byron, well, hey Byron, I well gear up the man, I well gear up for chat on this, you know. Hold on, no, man. Make a finish it up. 2 bumper get hot. You know why am I going to get hot? Voila.
This is your government working day and night for years to put these things in place, and they are just materializing in front of you now. Which is
they are just materializing in front of you for years. He might do that. Never read no budget or nothing. For years. This how the man lie.
It's a challenge we face with our electorate not having a full understanding.
Electorate, come on, move in front of me, man. The man too, hey, sometimes never play, brother. Yo, you see, I'm 2 of them, me just play. Me just straight out. You know, Yrs Vaz, come and tell it because we see when Pumbaz are move with the little one bus. Him couldn't move with one bus and want to buy 3 more if we only sit about them old bus was real. So only see that carrying X amount of bus. Pumbaz couldn't have the one bus by himself. So we know say only say I tell like this. But when Pumbaz come back, you know, when he come back and I tell us when him come in, everything a thief up and everything, and him said 300 bus in 3 years. This time year 2. Now only say 4 years. Them are planning before Pumbaz. But it can't be true. It can't, and procurement and everything. Brother, and it send it out to the world. Big Mama don't hear this. Me tell us Big Mama is garbage. Brother, nothing no pass through. We have eagle and we are the Titans. We fly eagle around. I see when me tell the truth comes straight. But like go all over the place. Remember I'm just talking out the same thing for the 2 set of bus. You might talk about manufacturing them have to do this and it not does this. So brother, you have to stop them here. Yes.
So let us start to dissect, right? And I'm not even going to be keen too much on the inconsistencies between Yrs Vaz and Andrew Holness. Yrs Vaz is saying that, okay, it is 3 years, and Andrew Holness.
No, him say 2 years gone, you know. Next year.
2 years gone.
Yeah, 2 years, but once a 4. And you know why it's very important to electorate to them attack? Because you can't, as an MP and as a Prime Minister, you can't just come and tell an electorate lie like this.
Yes.
You trusted brother.
If you listen back, hold on the way. If you listen back what Yrs Vaz is saying, Yrs Vaz is talking about 3 years, and we'll be bringing 100 buses
each year.
So let us get that straight.
Yeah, so well, I'm inside the second year now, and him has 200. So next 1 more 100 I'll leave for next year.
Yeah. So
2023.
Yeah.
Yes.
So while one is covering in detail of 3 years,
yes,
right? Andrew Holness is talking about 4 years.
Yes.
Right? Now, but let us, speak in terms of what Andrew Holness just said to the entire Jamaican people to show you the level of disingenuous, because you have Andrew Holness that showed Yrs Vaz under the bus and vice versa. Yrs Vaz that throw Andrew Holness under the bus. So I throw under the bus to throw under the bus. Now, but me just focus on Andrew Holness in terms of what Andrew Holness is saying here.
Yes.
Andrew Holness is explaining to us in terms of the whole procurement process and the feasibility study, right, that he has to do, right, to ensure, right, the economic viability, right, to have these buses in. Now, when I look at this, remember that the People's National Party, if you are going to do a feasibility study, you'd have understood that the People's National Party would have begun this already, right? And then, as according to what Andrew Holness is saying, if you are looking at a feasibility study for it to cost less to the government, as what he said, less to the government, right? And having the government, you understand, pay less for these buses, then don't you think that the $1.4 billion that being utilized in this, if you did extend on the People's National Party rural school bus system by adding at least, say, 100 or 150 coaster buses, right, which is more conducive to the environment, right? And of course, you wouldn't go down the route of diesel, which is a more pollution. Remember that these buses, if you're going to do feasibility study, Andrew Holness, you'd have realized that these buses, right, are decommissioned bus from out of the United States. Now let us go back to the disingenuous the disingenuousness of
Aaron, no move this but no move this you know, it's a feasibility study. So for the feasibility study in 4 years, it's study for go for some all dilapidated decommissioned bus.
Exactly.
That's for the feasibility. Remember, you know, this is the JUTC we're in from 1990 something where it younger replaced the bus them. What kind of feasibility study? And I like him come with a new company or something. It's like Mattel.
But not only that, he's talking about that lie.
Yes.
He spoke that these buses have to be manufactured. You didn't hear that?
Me hear brand new thing. In a 1 year, 2 years before.
He spoke that these buses have to be manufactured. Now, this is where we catch Andrew Holness and Yrs Vaz together.
Yeah.
So then, these school buses being decommissioned out of the United States system, they are garbage. They are not fit in purpose to fit in the fleet, right, as it relates to school buses that are carrying children. As a matter of fact, they are now on the phasing out process as it relates to electric. United States is going electric and taking its time phasing out these old buses. Now, if you are going to do a feasibility study, you would realize that if you buy these old buses, where you have 15 years on them, by your system running these buses for 5 years, these buses will be 20 years old. 20 years old, what needs to pack up and dash way. Now, remember, you know, these buses are affecting, right, children in the United States. There was a study done on it, and scientists showed that. So then, if you do a feasibility study and you care for Jamaican children as according to you, Andrew Holness, and you want us to spend, right, less for the best, is $1.4 billion, right, over a protracted period for 110 old buses. Is where your feasibility study measure up to? And this is one of the reasons why you need to be voted out. This is the particular reason why. Because trust me, believe you me, something I eat out your brain. Now, you are talking about economic viability. What does that mean to you, Andrew Holness? Because if you spend 1.4 billion, let us talk about economic viability, Andrew Holness and Yrs Vaz. If you spend $1.4 billion for carrying these garbages, you could have spent $1.4 billion and carrying more than 100 brand new coasters. And here's the thing about it, in terms of my feasibility study, that brand new coasters that you would have brought in, right, would have 15 years to run, 15 years to serve these rural schools, than bringing in something that have already serviced 15 years gone. So here's your feasibility. Your feasibility study show yourself, well, all right, get 15-year-old bus. So, okay, let us look about longevity. Longevity, where it can be economically viable to serve, right, the students for a long period of time. The coasters, right, their engine would be new. They would be new out of the manufacturing plant. And you will spend less for best. Then all your feasibility study that you have done your feasibility study, and yet your feasibility study end up in an American garbage pan. I don't understand how your feasibility study take you into America garbage pan. I don't understand how your feasibility have you to scrape up American filth to poison the atmosphere? And then one campaign on that?
Campaign.
This is totally madness. But let me tell you something, Andrew Holness. We know, say, I don't know, feasibility study and where all the blabber. It is you and Yrs Vaz, right, trying to steal from the treasury, right, to make sure that you don't have some campaign money if you spend and you eat some in your pocket. Tell the people the truth, man. Tell the people the truth that, okay, general election is coming, right? You don't want some funds for pushing at the campaign, right? So yes, because you believe so the people that might either, yo, let me tell you something. Let me talk to Yrs Vaz and Jonas. Yrs Vaz and Jonas. But you know practicing a dinosaur politics, you know. Me sorry for you, know, because social media catch up on you know. And this is the era of checks and balance. Don't believe that the politics of yesteryear. You understand where a politician is going to come in and you understand some people is going to talk about, you know, procurement and manipulate procurement through nepotism and cronyism and skullduggery. You are going to be called out. You are going to be called out. You understand? Now, you have spoken about procurement and tender. Now, let us ask you, Andrew Holness. Was there a tender put out for these old school buses? No. No, and this is the art of your lie. The pit of your lie. Because this did not put out to tender. Right? You have your friend, the reverse friend, my name, Electoral, Hydro.
Yeah.
Elijah.
You understand? It never put out to tender. Because when Lonesome put out the list of auto dealers, whether for new buses or old buses, none of them did not get a chance to bid on it. No. Brain Lonesome, as a matter of fact, put it up again and we could burn Andrew Holness tonight. We could burn him. We could burn him and make the people that know say tell lie. Talk about tender. The buses never put out to tender because none of these auto dealers, whether new vehicles or old vehicles, them didn't see this contract. They did not see this contract. So we have the evidence, you know, Andrew Holness.
We have it.
So put up the evidence, we can show the people them say it never put out to tender.
Man,
because none of them have gotten it. They did not get a chance to bid on it. Right? Because it was put out for tender. So this goes in terms of how we catch you in your lie. Remember, Mystic Sensation said, the only time you speak the truth is when your mouth lips them close. Whenever you open it, a liar chump from that. And we know that.
Aye.
Right? And so then this is how we catch up with the evidence. Because we have the data. We can show you all the auto dealers. As it relates to the persons who are responsible to bring in old buses, new buses, new car, old car, and so forth.
Sure, when them get the bus, add that up. Let me show them right now. When them get the bus.
So the Elijah get it?
The Elijah, him receive it, see that?
So the Elijah get it, boss?
To receive the bus, their commercial invoice.
So where Elijah go?
Should see the exporter there.
Yeah,
Hold
on. We can move that. All right. See the exporter, yeah?
Yeah.
See the exporter, yeah, so who get it a receiver? And you tell me, say, him go buy it and I'm sending it to you with the liar type. See, Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication, Transport, Elijah Limited, Bourg, 20 Bourg Industrial Estate, Montego Bay, St. James. So all the work this out. And we see
yeah. How him get the contract.
These
buses. And
yet,
yet
the porter, Port Everglades, So
Yes.
I'm going to Miami. 25, see there? 25 of them. So
25 of them.
I will see what money them pay for 25. Or you say you buy 110, brother.
But here's the question.
110. I want to see invest like this to lie, brother.
But Wayne.
Yes.
What is the core business of Elijah?
I'm a chemical, you know.
Chemical.
Yes.
So if the core business of Elijah is chemical,
yes.
How did Elijah get the contract over those persons who have been listed to carry in old and new vehicle? So Andrew Holness, come back out here, man. Yrs Vaz, come back here. Come and tell the people how Elijah core business to carry in chemical, get the contract to carry in buses over registered and authorized dealer. How did they get it? And the one Danville Walker, criminal that too, you know. Danville Walker, criminal for morning, you know.
Yes, yes.
Right? I charge him for charging him. Danville Walker supposed to be charged. Yrs Vaz supposed to be charged. Andrew is supposed to be charged. Right?
And J Swift.
And J Swift.
Yeah.
Supposed to be charged. Right?
Elijah, all of them.
These are the questions I am asking. Elijah, core business, right, is the importation of chemicals. He has nothing to do with vehicles. And yet, the listed persons who authorize to bring in old and new vehicles, none of them get the contract. Then how you put it out, boss? How you put it out to tender? Eh? And you did have tell lie. You understand as it relates to the buses have to be manufactured. Eh? Buses have to be manufactured. These are the commission bus from out of the United States. Garbage. You know, see some similarity, Andrew Holness, with the neurosurgical drill. Eh? You know, see the similarity. That when you're supposed to buy new surgical drills, what would you buy? Old drill. How much you pay for it? $31 million. You know, see the similarities, Andrew Holness? You know, see the MO of a thief in government? You know, see the MO of a rogue in government? The MO of a kleptocratic government? Eh? The same thing what happened to the new surgical drill. You understand where you go buy a whole drill? You understand I spend over $31 million for whole drill. Now the same thing with the bus, old bus, where you go buy $1.4 billion. When the so-called spend per whole bus. Eh? Yeah, man, I mean, come on. We don't have wicked to the Jamaican people. See there, Andrew Holness. See Lone someone put it up there. None of these persons have gotten the contract.
Upon this, brother.
Right? And where Elijah is not listed on this.
Not upon it.
Elijah is not listed. So then now, Elijah get the contract over persons who are registered and listed.
Let me tell you, Sir Byron.
All right, my brother.
You know how they got the contract? These dealerships that Father Lonesome just showed, they are licensed to import new or used vehicle. The fact that they didn't want these buses to be inspected because the door is on the wrong side, which is a hazardous to children on board and deboard and come and off board in the bus. So what they did, they lied and said it's new buses. So new vehicle will not be inspected. So they use none of the traditional dealership that Father Lonesome just showed would have agreed and risked their license to import used buses that's hazardous to the safety of children. So them plan up a scheme and went with El Hydro and a Ponzi scheme to say, all right, you sign in for bringing the buses, or we contract you for bringing the buses, and we're gonna lie on the trade.
And they say the authority.
Right,
Like
and
they
say
say.
these buses are new to avoid them being inspected. And these buses should have been inspected at the wharf when they first came in off the ship. And if they said the buses are new, then bypass the inspection. So this is why them use a lot, because none of the other dealership on that list that Father Lonesome sure would have risked their license in case they find out that it's a false pretense that these buses are new when they're old. And so, but let me go back to the Prime Minister thing real quick. The Prime Minister and his government, because they're so compromising and deep in corruption and criminality, them spend hours on social media. I watch and I listen to what all of us saying. And so the chat on social media is that they are using the imported buses as an election ploy. So him come out now for try to justify, because he's always on the defense. He's always trying to use one lie for justify another lie. So him come out now and try rubbish the talk or the chat on social media. And so he's lying. Listen, in America, they might do feasibility study down there, but here we do what we call cost analysis. All he had to do is say, all right. And furthermore, the purchasing of bus is not his job. That's not his role. That's the Minister of Transportation, Criminal Vaz. So the Prime Minister is even out of his lane, speaking on the behalf of the Transportation Minister, trying to justify their criminality. So here's the deal. All they had to do was a cost analysis. We need 300 buses. Remember now, PJ Patterson administration, Prime Minister Patterson, brought back JUTC buses after them and them same one JLP people rubbish shit and call it Chichiman bus and all kind of thing them say about the bus them and or the bus them not good for Jamaica. Remember, can I play the video them for show them what them did I say at the time?
Yes.
When Mama P them leave the government, them turn over what 460 JUTC bus. They never kept up the maintenance of the buses, and the buses came out from in the 90s with PJ. So by this time, the buses are old. So all they had to do was replenish the current level back to 460, or even increase it to 500 to 600. But them run down the bus to like 200 plus buses. And so the JUTC buses were short of buses, and the wait time and the long time for people to get transport from Kingston to Spanish Town or from Spanish Town to St. Andrew. So the bus system was failing. So that's why the JUTC was running into bankruptcy by billions of dollars. So all they had to do was replenish, get back up to the quota number of 460 or 500 buses. So that's how they had to come out. They didn't need to do no study. The study was already done from under Prime Minister Patterson's administration. But this because he's trying to justify that it's not an election ploy. He's trying so hard to convince the electorate that they had this in mind 4 years ago, which is a lie. Because if they had this in 4 years ago in mind, it doesn't take them that long. It now take them that long for order 100 bus, 200 bus, 300 bus. This procurement process could have been done in like a month, because studies were already made in Jamaica under PJ administration. I said, these are the routes, these are the amount of passenger to and fro in AM rush hour, during the noonday, and in the evening rush hour, and a cutoff time at night. So them have all of them study they done already and put them on the shelf. All them had to do was take up them study there, brush it off. Although the population growth has increased since the 90s till today. But what the Prime Minister doesn't understand, them need to come off of social media and stop listening to the chat and do the work of the people. So when him come now, I try justify and show Yrs Vaz under the bus. and Vaz throw him back under the bus. But it's an election ploy. It's an election ploy. And it's sad that the Jamaica Labour Party, I use even school children to help them win votes. That show you how pathetic this government is. They lack accomplishments, and school bus is not going to help them because people hungry. People want to know where the next meal will come from.
Exactly.
30% of JPS users are thief light. People want to know how them are going to pay them light bill. People want to know how them are going to pay them property taxes. How them are going to pay them mortgage. And that upon the mind of the Jamaican electorate. So them miscalculating as always. Them are not strategists. Them are criminal who are not smart criminals. So basically, this is just a look. The Prime Minister there behind the 8-ball, like when we play pool. He has no vision for forward mobility. He has no vision for the future. And so all him do is use one lie for substantiate the previous lie. Father Lonesome, Sir Melton Pot, Sir Byron, I guarantee you this weekend, if him for talk about this JOTC bus again, is a new version of lies him gonna give. Because him gonna forget the last lie what we just showed. That's the mindset of this criminal that we have as a prime minister. So I don't know 4-year thing it take for bringing on 100 or 200 or 300 bus. Just have a cost analysis, identify the country, China, where them buy the JUTC bus from, go back to the same manufacturer who already have the blueprint of how the bus door open from the right and the specifications of the bus, and just put in an order. It's like you are go back to buy gas, Father Lonesome, you use them. What a big tank of gas or we use a Jamaican here. When you gas, right, when you're done, you already know what kind of gas you have, the supply of your gasoline. You just care about the cylinder team, and him just give back another one. Boom. That's like that. It not take no 4 years. I lie the Prime Minister tell. Even if you want to buy another used car, you go back to the same dealer where you buy a car, the man have a relationship with you. So I know what kind of car you want. I'm selling what you want, you're done. Boom, you're out. Same thing China did. I don't know 4 years it take, man. Them just lie. And remember the last lie with them tell. So because a lie goes all over the place and it not straight like an arrow, next week is another lie I'm going to tell. Me not gamble, but if I was a person who gamble, I stopped gambling years ago. But if I gamble, I give you $100 right now. So the next time I talk about the JUTC bus is a new version of lie I have to tell. I don't remember the last lie when I tell. Back over to you, Father.
Well, me I tell you, and they were going to beat them with it, you know. Melting Pot. Come here, I'll show you something where I beg the electorate now, but I make Melting Pot tap on this first. And then we're going to knock him again because the man is desperate, you know. So we're going to ask him another question. Yes, Melting Pot.
Yeah, man, contrasting, event of how these buses was sourced in regards to the two liars. And we know the two of them are thief as well. Yeah? And we know say it's a big chap they make, Big chap, because these guys, yeah, they don't crave a small fry, Big blue marlin. And that them all in, Big blue marlin. It's a big chap.
Big blue marlin.
Yeah, it's a big chap. Them no want a small fry. Because Andrew have a blueprint to him a run off of, and the man them gone crazy with that blueprint there. And the blueprint is designed to steal taxpayers' money, to steal grants, to steal loans. All of them. Yeah? And to sell asset and value it to the Jamaican public, but the real value part of it a kickback. I saw them operate. Yeah? And lies I go, they are the forefront of them at them mouth at all times.
Yeah.
Because them have to lie, Them have to lie. Because previously them could have get away with it. But with we round here, so now them in a trouble. Exactly. This platform, Mystic Sensation platform, And few more platforms is having them on them toes, them in a trouble. And them can't realize say they were happening at time. We put on this robbing and looting and lying thing out of governance, you know. And act normal as politicians. No. So every week them get caught up in these type of corruption scandal.
Exactly.
Yeah? Because there's no way, as Pastor Ricky rightfully said, order in a bus, you have to put in a 4-year pre-order. No. Just you do your cost effect and you send off your order. You tell them what you want and them know how your society stay, which side the door post them and them build a thing and them ship them in a whatever phase them do them. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And you make it look like road in Jamaica. I want hard something. I easy something. Because them are having bureaucrats them. Him not work, you know. Them politician boy and work. Are the people behind the scene working.
I'm there on social media.
Him they all over the place, cutting ribbon up on social media, do business, illicit business, and run, you know. All of Andrew business them belongs to Jamaica taxpayers. Let me tell you this. All of business where him assemble belongs to the country of Jamaica. And we need them back. As Blood and Fire Comrade song said, we need it back. So when Andrew Holness there, I go and carry on them little shenanigans in a society, and I come out and I tell lie, and a member say friend did say something wrong this and I saw it going to match up. Them need to take a stock of themselves, man. We say everything what them a do, it's upon a corruption blueprint. Them not do not be clean and transparent. This administration, yeah. That's why everything what them do, when you fact check it, you find out, say, no, this no balance out. Hold on, how I go on here, so. You notice anything when them buy America and them come at Jamaica, come tell the price, when you check it, you see it way cheaper in America.
Yeah.
And you wonder why then, our thing gone over billions, when it should have cost a couple 100,000 or a few millions. A be a billion them guy deal with. Pure billion. Because you know what drive them to that sense of craziness there when it comes to stealing. The cocaine trade is $1 billion thing. Cocaine and $1 million, $1 billion. And so them get the disease of angling billions. Them don't want millions again. The neurosurgical drill them billion. The old school bus them billion. And many more billion. Carnival Beryllium Hospital, billions. Yeah. Government accountable money where we can't find trillion. When you look on the ministry them and them short fall billion, be a billion. So at the cocaine where them inner, and that rise them to that level there. Whatever angle them not see Jamaican money as a money where would have deter them. Them just grab it same way in a billions. This is what we see go on. And we have asked the question once again. JCF, MOCA, CTAC, SWAT, IC, go for them people here. Them assemble some liar boy around them who are criminal too. We don't need to pluck them out, we don't know them. This is how the country run. That's why we see so much unsolved criminal affair in Jamaica. Go for Strike 5 too. She not bigger than the law either. Cause she here than a betting all of this corruption. You think that them boy didn't know say the DPP is a stern individual, they would have do this? Knowing to the fact that once them name ever call them gone, they wouldn't do it. But what we do? We see them on Strike 5 up at one criminal place. Yeah, rubies. I turn it around and push it back in. Anyway, in the world, struck 5 lose our job from the video they released because remember said that individual place where she there did have 2 big severe charge when get off a scotch-free. Scotch-free. So you see the whole of them complicit with each other. It's a syndicate around Jamaica and a mash up Jamaica. And we are asked the electorate them, as when you hear Father alone, some say, no bother with no bell for make no noise on the head. Go for no one head. Me can't have my head and see my head and a bell pan paper and then me choose the bell over my head. Because the head represent my head, you know. But that's stupid to choose a bell. You understand? So at times Jamaica wise up to the narrative of the bell and the head. Which one you prefer? Which one you feel will deliver more? And previous record has shown that the head has delivered vast amount.
Yeah.
Vast amount of success in the Jamaica society. And it Jamaica sit down pan right now and I benefit from. The bell not do nothing more than make pianize and thief the money.
Slavery slim ball.
All right. When you talk about gun, you associate that to the bell. When you talk about high murder, when you talk about fire, you associate them to the bell. We know that. When you talk about corruption, check the bell them. And when you talk about people who like to thief education money, check the bell them. Because bell ring at school, you know, that's why they mash up education somebody, you know. Bell ring at school. School bell ring. After them things, so them just have education like it belongs to them. Like that ministry that belongs specifically to the GLP. Them rob out education. Them underpay the teacher them. And when they not underpay them freeze them, wait for a long period of time and then release one little small percentage in increase and take 300 and 230 for themselves. These criminals must go. We're tired of Andrew and them hanky-panky government. We're tired of how Andrew run the country like it belongs to him. I know when I look and through the name of the heroes, them I don't see no holiness pop up. So I don't know when I come with this Dan man ship like him thinks that him own Jamaica and him own the taxpayers' money. Me say, Andrew Big House belong to Jamaica. All our business them belong to Jamaica. When wife have to belong to Jamaica. Because she a move like she a snake on the grass from a day, you know. See them up at them place with gunman pass and rape a boy named Edgerton Newman. Everybody know Edgerton Newman, you know. All nasty, pedophile, rapist. You know gunman pastor. Him charged for robbery, aggravation, and illegal possession of firearm. And them their own Bigfoot size 13. Where them get gas voucher from? Well, we know them the thief a couple of million barrel oil. And all of them have gas station. So just look. Them a buy vote in front of our eye. Voucher to taxi man. But taxi man who are stupid enough to take a voucher from size 13, you know. I have gunman past and a rapist that they around, you know. You know, sister, the party is a garbage party. You'd never see them type of 2 individuals around Marky G. Marky G don't need them around him. Them they can't endorse Marky G. And them the size 13 of an endorser criminal affair what we see in front of our eye buying vote with gas voucher. And gunman pass and tell man so we didn't got the pump we save extra $3. We don't know what that can do. Eh? You buy 10 liter, $30 you save. What that can do? Where size 13 get them voucher from? We need the answers. Because we know them are take the taxpayers' money and run campaign.
Them have gas
it will stop. You see them a criminal pastor Ricky when them have a thing them still thief and give to you know, out of the purse we belong to the public. And to them not giving nothing out of them own pocket, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Marky G, you know. We dip him on in pocket, you know. And pay for the student them from Ukraine to come back home, you know.
Yeah.
When the nasty Labour government tell them to get loan. And garbage them here. At times Jamaica people sue in front of we, say a garbage in front of we. This government a garbage. It's a kleptocratic government who pride themselves on high society and look down for the lower people in society. But the high society cannot vote them into office. So anytime it come around to election, that's the only time you see them show little attention for the people from the underprivileged society, you know.
Exactly.
That's why we say underprivileged society people now, yeah, if you don't want to get privilege, you have to run with the underprivileged government, yeah. Yeah? And restore a government that have law and order at the forefront of its manifesto, that has jobs creation at the forefront of its manifesto, that has you, the Jamaican citizen, at the heart of their thought. You understand? So now if you understand, said, cannot be about, I love this party because my parents and my grandparents did vote for them. It's a different period of time we're in and now. It's a different period of time we have to wake up, or else Jamaica gone to the foreign investors. Because remember, you know, which them build a place out of St. Thomas there, you know. The little local people can't participate in that. Them tell yourself for the people with the deep pocket.
10 million a month.
All right. Them tell us, the spokesman, you know, tell yourself, after the investors, them with the deep pocket. Do you want to hear more than that? So go on out there, so jump up and down and I go on like, and you know, put not the food, the benefit of her. As my father wants some so long, a piece of greasy meat, you know, can't go over there go buy. Greasy meat because I'm a diabetic. You have to go on a high level of cholesterol. You have to wake up, man. Charles about to take out 2,000 a day land from you. If we never highlight it to know what's the sound I wake up out of St. Thomas. Because Mrs. said the green lizard come out there and nobody no follow her. She was lonely with some yellow bus. You understand? And a few little hooligans behind her, because them don't have people with any form of dignity, you know. Yeah, some little hooligans, some little hungry belly, anchor belly hooligan around her. So the real people them now wise up and see so well then right now you can't allow the child them to take over St. Thomas because them telling us that St. Thomas is the forgotten parish, you know. But we don't see them bring nothing come there to remind you know of St. Thomas. It's a foreign investment thing them bring come there. Foreigners. And as loan some say we can't allow them to start take St. Thomas because the land price are gonna go up. And it's gonna price out of the market so St. Thomas are gonna left for now. Yet St. Thomas won't be the forgotten parish anymore. St. Thomas going to be the parish to forget Uno. So no better wise up to the cause. Don't make the guy out there James Roberts trick on no more. Him not good for no space. Him is a criminal at large. Him in a WikiLeaks. So no can't have them man there around, you know. Don't make them come bribe you know, no big entertainment center because you can't rent it.
Well, that's no joke.
That went before one of them big investors as well. So all them I do is come in, take over the land, them put up big investment. It not belongs to no. None of you can use it. And them I go put on them big event out there and make them big money. I want to do they anchor around like puppy dog. Not change for no. What we have to do now is make the change this time. This time is the right time to make the change. We have a government to talk about grassroots investment, not deep pocket investment. I don't want a guy come around me in my little community where me they are struggle too much years. And when him come talk to me talk about deep pocket, I don't have deep pocket. I would have preferred the man will come talk about grassroots investment.
Exactly.
Because that stage I am at. I want help to rise up out of that slumber. So Marky G have the plan. The People's National Party have the plan. The Labour Party don't have any plan. Them have the con. And they've been conning up for too long, and I yield back the floor to another member of the panel.
So I could knock it up again now. This, the other day, yesterday this, I must say our birthday, we don't know, but it looked like a some year, so watch this. This is the Prime Minister wife, an apocalypse, watch out.
Don't take a picture with me and Delano. Don't take no picture.
Good. So you have permission, this don't look good.
That not look good.
Permission, youth. Eh? That me don't know, man. How
Don't take a picture and left. Don't take no picture with me and Delano.
How this?
No, sir.
Delano, I'll be here till 10 o'clock with that picture with me. Alright? Stop.
No, you take care of them permit. No, man, this don't look right, youth. You have look at the boy.
Don't take a picture and left. Don't take no picture with me and Delano.
What's the now?
No, that thing that we are doing, youth. No, sir. I'm gonna move this. Because you tell us how you do the thing there. You have the Prime Minister wife. Nobody watch. You are the bulldozer. You are the fit to eat. Don't watch. You are the bulldozer. Right? Yes. But you yes.
But this don't look good.
No, it don't look good. And you know, yes. You know, Prime Minister wife, not no, sir. And Joe, tell the wife on a social fair, yeah?
But Father Lonesome, what we're seeing on that video is the real character of the speaker that she doesn't show in the parliament.
Yeah, Pastor, hold on there. Somebody, Sheehan 123, right? Said, Wayne, is it true that the PNP Blood and Fire Comrade song was copyright? You understand? Wayne, you know, say I use it the other day and I get a copyright strike fee.
Yeah.
So we have to call and find out what
yeah, it is copyright.
I used it the other day and I got a copyright strike for it.
It's copyright.
No, so them can't copyright unless
so them copyright it.
So they can't use the song. Because they can't copyright something we know who, you know. If somebody you use it and you see somebody to send a name, I think them if it put up and then me tell the people them you know you whitelist all YouTube, you don't so them can't use it. You understand? Can't say can't use it. Unless a JLP can't copyright it. You can't show a name. I can wipe out that. I think me see it pan Apple or something like it release, you know.
Yeah, man.
They put up something. But it will show you who it come from. So for them, it will show us that them it come from on behalf of who. So we know. But politics and can't copyright that them not
yeah, because I use it the other day and I get a strike for it.
But them redo my father Barney. Them redo my father Barney and talk about Andrew criminal Holness Vaz.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
get a strike from it, Baron?
Huh?
You get a strike from it?
Yeah, man. I use it the other day and get a strike for it. We have to cut it out.
Yeah, on the door. Hey, listen. Who do that? Don't do that, you know. That's I think the song, you don't want to do that. You want that song that play. So they don't do that, make people get no strike for song, a claim song. You know, say, me that man like I say me have enough things and you know people use it. Me not do that. I know you have some song from me where you know they might have show that still.
Yeah.
Because they have distribution, but if we know that people don't strike people.
The person, me and you do music. My music is done to CD baby, online digital, and I can, if I want you to play my musics are all copyright. And if I want you to play my music, all I have to do is write to YouTube and send them a list of the persons that I authorize to use the song. So that's all the People's National Party have to do is, you know, have a list of
I can't see like it release. So if it release, then who put it up? Me find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Later, because we know that. You understand? Don't make it strike nobody. That's a foolishness. By the way, let me put up something here was very important. Nikisha Barnes, because they might keep something, no political nothing. In a man to go be Andrew gone 1 minute away from them. And the police, them are be here. I tell them, say them are give priority over. You know, so no other though. If that thing, be careful what I do, you know. Let me play this. Let me hear it to myself. Voila.
Is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
I want to inform the public that we have made the difficult decision to cancel our event, the Pull-Up South St. James Taxi and Bus Drivers Link-Up, which was scheduled for this Sunday, July 20, 2:30 p.m. in Anchovy Square. This was not a political rally. It was a simple, non-political expression of gratitude to the taxi and bus operators who serve the people of South St. James every single day. The event was publicly announced, supported by volunteers, and welcomed by the community. I had formally applied to the police and was in dialogue with them. Based on what I was advised, there were no other events registered at the time, and the event was moving ahead. However, yesterday a flyer began circulating indicating that JLP leader Andrew Holness would be hosting a partisan area council meeting at Anchovy High School, just 1 minute away from our venue. This was not a national event. It was not publicly announced in advance, and to my knowledge, no permit was requested from the police before the flyer began circulating. Given the timing, the proximity, and the fact that the Prime Minister would be in attendance, the police advised that they would now be prioritizing that engagement and would no longer be able to accommodate ours. The time and location made it clear that this was not coincidental. It was a calculated political move, and it has resulted in the cancellation of a peaceful, long-planned event that was meant to honor some of the hardest working people in our society. The JLP had many options. An internal party meeting could have been held in Hanover, Mobe proper, St. Elizabeth, or elsewhere across the region. But they chose to target South St. James, not by accident, but in a clear attempt to prop up the feeble campaign of the incumbent MP. They did so in full knowledge of our plans and with no regard for the purpose of our event or the people it was designed to celebrate. This reflects a pattern. The JLP has never truly valued our taxi and bus operators unless they need them to bus in supporters. We see these men and women differently. We don't see them as tools for mobilization. We see them as lifelines, carrying our children to school, our elderly to clinics, and our people to work. They are the arteries of this constituency. To every driver, every volunteer, and every supporter, I want to thank you. Your value is not diminished by this cancellation. If anything, it reveals exactly how threatened some people are by genuine community leadership. We remain focused. We remain ready. South St. James is moving forward, and no political interference or intimidation will stop that.
So, police, you know better than this, you know. What you do, and the police, them, not even him, but the police, them, should I know, say, from you say not never in the place and think we can't get priority over nothing at all. This is bull crap. This is not the government. Remember, I know you have a political thing. I want to do on the pay feet. When the police, them, them forget fired. When if you know better than this, and you can't do this in that kind of film, Jamaica. And you can't do this. If me come on, remember you have two parties, you know. And one I take over when if you know when I do. Hey, Nikisha, make sure the police will talk to you, we have him name and them thing there, you know. Because him lose a job. Him lose him job. And this is a breach. Because you can't have something that's on the next party, so me can come to so me can carry the Prime Minister. Him are the leader for the JLP. And you have the PMP do something else, so you can't go say, okay, now give preferred treatment over them. So when PMP, when them come in, them will look free and make sure kick you out of the force. And kick out people like you out of the force. This is very out of order. You understand? And this is a breach. Because who did it first, you can't go say because the Andrew him can come there. 1 day, 2 days, now give priority, you know, over it. So we can't deal with it when I deal with it, you know, when I forgot cancel. That's so disrespectful. people in the PNP for mark any one of these police misstep and I do some things out of the way. Them not supposed to be no more police as no come in. Still like show me I make. Yes, brother.
This goes back to a fundamental issue as it relates to the political ombudsman. Because let me say this, and I'm just going to deflect a bit, from Nikisha, in saying that when you look and see how the Jamaica Labour Party, supporters, are going around and, deface the People's National Party billboards and taking down their signs and do all manner of evil. And yet, we ask, what happened to the political ombudsman? Need to come out and speak, as it relates to policies and procedures, around, election campaign and, advertisement and so forth, right? And so then, you see how the system has been railroaded by an Andrew Holness, who have what we call dictatorship tendencies.
Fascist administration.
Right?
Yes.
Because when you look at it, you have a situation where Andrew Holness, with his extended arm, try to use various means in suppressing the People's National Party advertisement, and mainstream media. And that's one of the reasons why Andrew Holness seems to take over 19 areas of responsibilities under his portfolio. The reason for that is to suppress, is to have control. Never in our history of our politics, again, you see a prime minister have 19 portfolios under his responsibilities.
No, Baron, I really 40 and nearly 15 saying every one of them under their portfolio.
So
do it. Yes.
Okay. So then, how does the system should operate in a democratic way, where the prime minister have control, and suppress and oppress? The system can't function like that. But where am I going? Is to the fact that Andrew Holness, this is the next coming again, People, yes. Pay attention. This is the next coming. Now, Andrew Holness made a move and said, Wayne, that he's going to, get rid of the political ombudsman, because that come as an additional overheads to the government, additional cost to the government, which was that ombudsman was receiving $40 million per year to operate. Now, brought forward to now, Andrew Holness budgeted, Remember, he said, on a cost effect measures, you understand, he's getting rid of the political ombudsman because it is costing the government $40 million per year. Make it make sense, people. But here now, Andrew Holness now design a system, where it totally subdued the political ombudsman, using the ECJ, to do the functions of the political ombudsman, and budgeted $60 million for that. Then based on my maths, isn't that $20 more million, higher cost to the taxpayers? Because remember that we used to pay the previous ombudsman $40 million, And then you cancel out that office as a result of what you so-called claim that you want to save, taxpayers $20 more million. You want to save, you want to save taxpayers. But how do you save taxpayers? You save taxpayers by adding $20 more million budgeted. And yet, for the $60 million that you budgeted now, so a $20 million increase. I don't understand Andrew Holness mathematics, you know. You want to sound like the Portland mere maths. Be a work with it. You are working with it?
I work with Vaz, Pump Vaz and Wood Vaz work with it too.
And the same behavior with Andrew Holness, where he had spoken about, right, manufactured bus. But when we get no whole bus?
All bus.
No whole bus we get?
I'll be a foolish system. It told them I think under the bus.
I don't know. This is what we call a brother Anansi and Tukuma government. This is a brother Anansi and Tukuma government. Because this is absolutely foolishness that doesn't make any sense. If you say you're going to save, right, taxpayers, and so then you make a move in terms of, okay, get rid of that ombudsman because you want to join the functions, put the functions to the electoral commissions, right, so that it can operate cheaper. Then how you budget $60 million?
Brother, Byron, the reason why them get rid of Dana Parchment,
yeah.
The reason why them get rid of her, when Donovan Williams in a Telaville, in a Central Kingston, I draw up the sidewalk green. She code against it.
Yes.
It's wrong. And them get rid of her at the same time. Same like when everyone get rid of the whole IC. When Andrew will always see the money or out the IC, remember, you know, big Queenie has to get rid of it and them things. This is what them do all the time. You understand?
You can bet the Queenie behind this too, you know.
Time I come.
You can bet the Queenie behind this too, you know. Forget
that.
Yeah.
Queenie the behind.
But you know, I want to say something about the ombudsman role, yeah. Because it don't exist, you know. It's a ghost me I look upon, you know.
Yeah, man.
A ghost when I have no identity. You don't even know I wish I would have ghost name. But what is so staggering, that ghost is getting per week $1,250,000 Jamaican dollars a week, you know. $1,250,000 Jamaican dollars per week. This ghost is getting $5 million a month. This ghost is getting $60 million a year. 12 months, 1 year, 12, 5, 60. And if you check it by the weeks, them, as I said, $1,250,000 a week. But you can't pay a teacher, you can't pay a nurse, you can't pay the top civil servant them, the people that will provide care and service to Jamaican citizens at large. But you have a ghost. I pay $1,250,000 to a week. You know, hey, some serious criminal activity the boy them are going within a Jamaican people.
What do you mean?
Serious criminal activity, because what them do, them abandon the post, yeah, citing expenditure costs, but then reinstate the post at a higher cost. But what is also significant is the fact that this office now is merged into the ECJ. So suppose that office, the ombudsman did have a more private office. Then I want to cost Jamaica.
But even with this now with the police them, because we want about the ombudsman for come out and work, but the police, we advocated for you lose a job. Because when you do this, that's why we don't want Andrew Holness. Because remember, you know, police, when they're I know Andrew Holness, you know, when they're for serve, protect our reaction and work for the people them, for them taxpayers' money, right? And you can't override things like this. It's a government thing, we understand, but no, it's a politics thing, it's a party thing. You don't override people like that who did it first and you move them. Because when the other party come to power, you need to get fired. We are find out the name and thing who do this, you know. It must happen again nowhere at all.
That could happen to him, man.
You forget fired. Whether you have seen it because Andrew go around and put some million, like the one that come from up a big mama. Yeah, and again, seeing people police pay and read police can get good pay. You know, so
Dennis Brooks. Dennis Brooks.
Yeah, man, I am going to talk.
Don't wait. you forget fired. And we are pushing for you get fired. You understand? Can't take a change, you know. You should take a change. You're out of order. So we are, you understand, Pastor Vicky?
Yeah, let me just say this.
With these guys.
Amen. I agree with you. But let me just say this. When the Prime Minister, who's a pathological liar, say that he's the standard bearer as it relates to ethics and avoiding gutter politics, this is gutter politics to the max. This is dirty politics to the max. And this demonstrates that he's no standard bearer, because nothing is wrong if Nikisha Burchell is having her event. That's in her constituency, where she is the MP candidate to represent the people. The Prime Minister is not a member of her constituents. So him should have be, when him said them not go low, him went low right there. So him should have
the police didn't go low because them know say you can't say okay, I put it where and put him. Make him come do this. You know, look on him, you look on the candidate them now. As candidate. By the way, when the House dissolved by in a September from the current election, everybody knows a candidate, don't it?
Right. But the police are acting on the orders of the Prime Minister.
No, you're not supposed to do that. Right, you can't act on the Prime Minister cannot give you an order. You never know that.
He's not supposed to, but that's what happened.
That's why we are firing because the labor rights suspect. Because the Prime Minister can't get the Prime Minister not supposed to order the police, you know. Say, hey, go lock up a citizen of the country. Me not like him, go lock him up. Leave him and move it. Him have to make complaint like anybody else. It's there. You ask any liar, ask anything, go check it out. The Prime Minister not supposed to go on and do this, and that's how we separate them. If the Prime Minister do something wrong, who lock him up? If him come down, come with the law, that means you not lock him up. Because I'm the Prime Minister. You know, say I hear that. If you get fired.
But logically, Father Lonesome and Sir Melvin Patser, but the Prime Minister is aware of this event.
Him know, I him do it.
Right. So him give out orders for shut it down. Just like him give out orders for
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. But he's not supposed to do it. Well, I make him know.
It's illegal.
Well, I'm the pastor with him not all right. So me tell the police, because maybe them not know. And me, a liar, come talk about it today, you know. The Prime Minister must not interfere in the police affairs. You see when him did send go, when I talk about him and the youth, them lock up and police can lock them up. I think Bert Samuel and one of them come to us and listen, now them power them to do it, you know. But there's still police are follow these things.
Right. And
if you do something that make complaints same way, like anybody else.
Him send for youth under them bed, send
these are wrong. So a fascist is a dictator government, Pastor Vicky. Continue.
Yeah, and we see videos of anybody him claim disrespecting on social media. Him send police for them. Tell police to go find them because him say him have the tracking device and you can track people to their IP number on them phone or their location, whichever one you want to use. So he's interfering in political event, which is I'm not supposed to do these things. And yes, this is where the ombudsman would have come in now as the referee between both political party, but in their criminal strategy, them eliminate the purpose and the use of the ombudsman. So them want to duke it out with each other. Then them running as a PMP and start political war. Look on the school bus, look on the JUTC bus where them I say a PMP stone the bus. I lie them I tell. Lie them I tell. They're just trying to, them so desperate for get traction or stimulate their base, whichever left of their base. So them everything now them blame PMP supporters with no evidence. The bus upon the boulevard I drive a new J and them say a PMP supporter throw stone in a brand new JUTC bus. Why? Because them are trying to stir up the pot to get their voters angry to go out and vote. I see man a burn green t-shirt, you know, and say I'm done with the party. I see people take off green t-shirt and put on orange shirt and say power. I see all kind of video on TikTok and all over the place where their voters are just switching left to right. So what they're realizing is that their 21% is decreasing. It probably gone to 15% by now.
No, yet 15. I go like 7. It's not good. It's not good enough. 15. That's been a long time. From last year, like 8 and 7 now. Yeah. But let me tell you something, though, Pastor. And the one when name, what's she name? The one about the same one where I put up, as she put up people name. She put up a picture with Mark Wolin, him and turned so. When I never put on and I talk about dig out.
Tumblebug.
Mark, a germs and name Mark. One of the sperm whale there. Keisha Mark. That piece of shit.
Criminal, that man. Criminal.
Let me say something to you.
You like you have to deal with them again, melting pot.
Yeah. It not help you. Program like this are only to the facts.
Yeah.
They are not the facts checking. Yeah? Only to the truth and the fact checking. When they put up them little go, it's not gonna be. And when they do it, listen, 100-fold. 100-fold because you have butt brains. Yeah, 100-fold. So when they put up these things, we're not 100-fold. Anything they put up, we're give them 100-fold. Different thing around here. So if you have people them can go up on platform like these and explain and come with the truth. Them can't do that. So them always a story, them see some little things, then put it up, you see a fair name edit, and then the next term them run with it. We have to stop that. It now help you.
Right.
See what I want to make Andrea go through this. Look here. Let me play this here. A matter of fact, let me play this first. Andrea, and then I play a guy with Anthony Hilton, and then I play Andrea. This.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Andre Horton, your next Member of Parliament for the St. James West Central constituency. Yes. For too long, our communities have been faced by challenges, including bad roads, for example, in the Shalom Valley and many other areas. Young people lack critical intervention programs that they need to become their better selves. We also face water challenges, and fundamentally, many people have their homes but don't have any land titles. We are here to fix these challenges. Vote for Dr. Andre Horton. West Central St. James, time come. Jamaica, time come for a better life.
All right, so Mr. PMP said this. You know, some at the JLP, them, but I play him now. I'm going to show you the JLPU, the difference between Dr. Horton said the place is going to fix up because the people that complain to him, right? You did that 10 years. Dan the youth or Anthony Hilton. Hear these people.
Standard bearer for the Jamaica Labour Party for the constituency of St. Andrew Western. Today we're here at Swift Avenue in the Duane Park division, where my opponent has taken the last 2 weeks to clad the streets in colours and signs, while for the past terms in Parliament he has failed to fix the infrastructure of the area.
Right, laziness.
Fortunately, this road is not unique, as this is just one of many roads that have been ignored by the current guy that is there. Look at these conditions. Are clogged. They resemble garbage bins. They are disasters, have never been cleaned. I have seen your slogan, still the one, and I have questions. Still the one for what exactly?
All right, so young man, first of all, I'm going to correct him now. So this man, they're going fool now. They have a government, film government. 10 years. Now spend the money with it. Because remember when you go down and fix this like the bridge, them now look upon it and your government in a power. So you think the people them are doing the park. Yeah? Doing the park, anywhere around that way, Anthony, I'm going to listen to you. After the government, that means the 14 were there. But Andrew don't know. You know, fix the way Andrew not at all. And then the people them are award Andrew not to fix the place and vote in labor right. After them, remember them on the person, them are the government, you know. The local government are dead man Mackenzie. So when they jump up and think, hey, people are stale piece, should I catch this piece of shit? He might get it. Them cannot, hey, they're full so better. No, they're full. No, man.
You know why they laugh?
How them brain not think? When just come to the government to just highlight youth.
Hold on.
Them have
You
the
know why
money.
they laugh?
I bet you will tell you why you laugh. Bet you will tell him his stick.
Why?
Him jump in a Andrew hole.
No, but the thing is, this is beyond ludicrous. Honestly, this is extremely stupid. I want to ask him a question, right? Which party is in power? Which party is the incumbent
party?
No, this is madness. This is madness. But we're glad we're doing it, you know. We're glad how he's highlighting the bad road what Andrew Holness needs to take.
And the master and everything.
We have to teach him as it relates to that Andrew Holness responsible for all the money as it relates to the consolidated funds.
Yes.
You never, so you don't know that you come out and compete with, what must say? You don't know that the Prime Minister control all the funds that need to be distributed. So this is so hold on. This is somebody where Andrew Holness put out to the political representation who is totally ignorant of the political process.
I don't, but him sick in the head.
This is madness.
He could live in the Bible. And when me look, this guy come and tell me say him there and him don't fix the place and thing. I mean, what's the government? So the government does come with when come with park and the next one, and you know fix the place and then make the road them mash up. But Anthony, when we have to find them one money and fix it,
no,
that goddamn I say.
This is madness.
And that means
unbelievable.
I'm gonna move because him could have just going to have a PMP when do him wanna fix up nowhere with PMP there. And then we just blame the PMP then now. And then him with our 63 seat, you know. You see, so when I dance to they have a lot of educated fools, you know. When am I going to 25?
Oh, hey, no, I'm not lying still. To be honest, I think him worse than the Portland man.
No man serious.
Honestly.
No man
because he has no awareness of the political process. Ask him who control the consolidated funds. I don't think he
control local government. So even if it's
like and local government.
Yes, both of them, everything.
Right? And there's one McKenzie control local government.
But watch this now, my Titan brother.
Consolidated funds.
My Titan brother.
Yes.
My Titan brother. You know what is significant about this consolidated fund? The revenue off of the gas, you know, at the pump, you know, that percentage that was designed to fix road. And you put it in a consolidatory fund. And here this garbage come out and talk about the PMP now fix the road in a door the park. But me like Andrew as him come back office, me box him down for jumping in my hole. Andrew hole. This piece of garbage jumping Andrew hole. I would have boxed him down. Nah, not about him.
But here what now? The Prime Minister claim him rolling out Spark program. His government that $45 billion for fix the roads. So when him come out and say the road not fix, where is Spark? Sparks never start or never
right.
So he say him throw him own government under the bus. So them probably gonna give him a back seat or a back bench and probably don't fund
hey, trust me. Me know say they go call him and talk to him, you know.
You know what? That's what I'm put out. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I know brothers. You see the one name, them young. Did him attack Michael Philip last year. Who don't vote for me because him not fix the bridge. I feel so much about brother. And Mr. Babsy, Mr. Kruger down there, you know, and who again? Must say again tire pump valves. Me feel say about them people are fooling the government in power. But if you fix the bridge, you make it like get the money. You know, it makes some representation, you know, about him can't get it fixed. So it does so easy for Andrew Holness. Anything where you even come and say a thing for fix, him not fix it and then him caretaker just come and people vote for them because them take people for that. Are you in a power, brother? You control one of these things. Them can't run out of these things.
Unbelievable.
When the opposition point them out and say need to fix it, need to fix.
All right.
When you are pointed out now and say, I'm on there, he's a goddamn I said.
Him is one of them the first
is smarter than the voters 10, 15 years ago. They are running as Shaka Fiem said, an analog government. And while we are living in a digital world where PJ Patterson administration revolutionized and transformed Jamaica into the digital telecommunication
It's a madness,
world, and they are living for them campaign where them are run today is not going to help them, because people today, as the Bible says, we're living in a time where knowledge has increased. People today are very smarter than they were 10, 15, 20 years ago. So no matter how much I'm trying to trick the people them and play a reverse psychology upon the people them mind, it will backfire. And the greatest poll is yet to come. The greatest poll is on election day. That's when you're gonna see everything we've been talking about was the people was listening, and they're gonna make the right decision. And everything the Prime Minister and them criminal enterprise I try to check the people them and I spin upon them, it's gonna backfire, and I'm gonna suffer a landslide defeat. Why? People are more knowledgeable than they are today than they were many years ago. So it not gonna work with them much.
All right, let me play this.
The Prime Minister who responsible, you know, to dispense all the funds to the various constituencies, you know. And the Prime Minister responsible.
Yes. I know, come tell me, not giving a chat. So for that, you run for you, go tell him fix up the hospital.
They have the
purse. Stuff don't come out after a few weeks ago when Dr. Daz came out. And I said, boy, it's not crisis. Oh, him a lie. Him this and this now and come out. And I said, we're in a crisis. That makes it worse because you're health and you're well people.
But
you eat good and you have to go
lonesome.
Get medication and
Lonesome. Eyes on the files don't agree with me at all. Eyes on the files say the Portland mayor remain number one.
Hey.
The Portland mayor get what? 5 out of 10.
Right.
You're mad, man.
Sorry, the Portland mayor get 50 out of 10.
150%.
No. The man gets $75 out of $10. 75 and get out of 10.
Yeah? $75.
$75 out of $10 and get, you know. Yeah, because one get 25 and him take 50. That's $75.
That's 50 out of 10. So right away, my work miracle then.
Hey, but panelists, you know, I want to say something. When I hear them garbage I run out and I try to don't clear PMP and what PMP don't do. Yeah, as it relates to him, this is a piece of garbage I will come where I jump in an Andrew. Yeah. You notice him not say the MP, PMP MP get certain amount of money and why the road not fit. Them can't talk, you know. If me was him now, I would have come out and talk publicly, say, well, you get X, Y, Z, and this is the state of the road. Yeah, but them not give them none, because Warmington talk that.
You're not going to pay nobody money.
Warmington make you know, so them not give them the PMP them money.
Yes.
And at the same thing, and when you hear Warmington say, no, is a general talk that amongst them labor right there and the government. Them not really disperse nothing to the PMP 14 them, the 14 member of parliament. Them not get nothing. And when them do get them have to suck salt through wooden spoon. You understand? This is how them are doing it because them want to keep it that way so that the voters them who select these candidates from the People's National Party turn away from them. So them come out and spread propaganda. I want to talk the amount of money where the member of parliament get when those spend.
No, but serious part. Him can't go put on money when the member of parliament. So him couldn't go say that. So
exactly.
So
that's the point that me talk about when and panelists. Him can't mention nothing that is related to what them get.
Number one, him do what him do, you know, because I show them how them stupid.
Exactly.
Put something like this tongue and show up in party and show up the government. So me don't know why him that do that. Because them stupid, him not think. Him thinks so we know about out and say, Anthony, you should have fixed it. Where am I get the money from? 10 years? a decade. And the government and him not fix it. That mean the government, what am I tell me now? The government 14 to 49. And the government need to do and keep in a power then. It not spend no money and fix nothing in an PMP constituency. And then the people must sit and vote for Andrew on this. You know, see him not have no brain. We say the government have the purse. So when you jump up and down, you should have said, boy, the government, we should have him should have said, boy, we should have fixed it long time, but we'll make sure we fix it this time. Yeah, jump up on a pint to a man.
All right.
That's what I said. Nobody not buying it. I'm to criticize me, and I'm criticize the critics. But I want to play the tune now. And just say I criticize me and upon him prosperity. When you hear this, because when I mash him up in this, you know. When I mash, hey, the true bomb does get acting up. When I mash a true bomb, we play with, hey, when I run brown, you know. Look here.
How governments work.
Hear this.
These buses that you're seeing here today were not ordered.
Sorry.
Andrew Holness has hit back at critics of the state of the economy.
Yes.
Prime Minister Holness says some have blasted the government for the lack of prosperity which was promised by the Jamaica Labour Party as it wooed the electorate. Dr. Holness says there are many who confuse prosperity with pleasure, describing it as a process.
It is the constant progress of impactful and positive transformation of the lives of the people. It is a journey. There are moments on the journey where you will gain some pleasure, but you will also encounter some distress, some hurt, some unhappiness. But it is in the conquest of these things that you develop the mindset of being
conquest, I don't know.
successful and prosperous. And what we have done as a government is to place the country on the journey of prosperity. Lest we forget.
What is the journey of prosperity? Can't do nothing, they're not doing work, you know. Remember, continue. But when we in place the country on a journey of prosperity, but we don't have hospital where work, we don't have a proper road for drive bank, nobody have no job, can't even find, and that is prosperity. The man is sick, you know. Continue.
Before 2015, the mantra and indeed the theme of the country was about poverty. The last thing we've heard about poverty is that absolute poverty in Jamaica has been cut in half.
That's a lie again.
Man, go on side, man.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness.
Well, Andy, no, I say when I go mash him up and I come here wait for last, you know. What take him on there?
Give me, man.
Starting numbers, starting has been compromised. There is the unemployment rate is not 3.3% as they're trying to project it. The youth unemployment alone is like 12%.
Yes, but
when them keep job fear, the place locked down, traffic jam, long lines. And nobody not get hired. All them did was take people resume and promise them job. Right now, just like how them manipulate the crime number and say crime down, when them are compare bogus number from last year with a fake number this year for come up with them methodology for say crime down by 41%. And the same thing starting should be ashamed of themselves. They should be independent.
Well, a PIOJ.
Well, starting is the main statistical agency that PIOJ
let release this because starting at the other one now we're supposed to do the 2022 census. Them not do it. PIOJ get it from Staten, the Planning Institute of Jamaica. So right. Them the guy when name Wayne Henry run out to them bullshit. Him did not do deal with Hardy Shaw. I did not get the money. So him now run out with this just the other day now. But him said 2023. But 2022 starting not done. I mean play it and make you see it.
Right.
So starting to do what them are doing. Andrew don't pay the money. So right. It's real.
And starting come out with a figure a week ago say the first quarter grew by 1.1%. Lie.
Yeah, okay, with that. The
Richard Bandit from Scepter, Omar Azan from the Boss Furniture.
Yes.
JMMB, say how much billions them lost, boilers, how much billions them lost, and we hear all of them have said the same thing. The economy is stagnant, it's struggling.
Yes.
Consumer, Dan Anderson come out and say consumer confidence is up, which 2 million people can't find according to the United Nations report of food insecurity. 2 million people go to bed hungry nightly, including children. Yes. And furthermore, what we're seeing in Jamaica is a manipulation of agencies that's in the Prime Minister's office to try to secure, to fool the people that the country's perform. The country is in a recession. I will not take but not talk. I will not care who vex. The country is in a recession right now.
Yes.
Starting need to do them work.
Yes.
And be independent of the Prime Minister. What them do is intimidate people and threaten to fire them. And so them want starting report what them want starting report. But one thing me glad said, the Prime Minister is out of touch with the reality of the suffering and the afflictions and the pain and the hardship of the people. On election day, and the people them will suffer and are hurt and can't afford a tin of mackerel, can't afford to buy chicken neck and chicken back because them not have the money. And them are going to go to the poll. It's not, as Sir Byron said, it's not the PSOJ are going to help them. They might fund the government, but not care how much billions them spending on the election. Yeah. And the people are going to rise up and defeat them at the poll because the people them are suffer. And when the new government is formed, I pray that they will revise all of the lying numbers, whatever report for deceive the people. This is a deceiving government, and you can't trust and believe not what this government put up, whether by starting PIOJ or the Prime Minister. The whole of them collude together.
One of them, yes. But that Pastor Ricky, before Pastor Ricky is when Pierre OJ come said the other day, the same guy Wayne Henry said it cut in half. He might talk about 2023. It was a lie. We never have about 16 because starting thing put out it's 13 and they were like 12 points something with them, but them come and put it at 8 him. So him go around that and say, can't say in 2023 a lie, you know, because I'm the one that's read something there. So this guy, a matter of fact, him come out and make a press briefing. Him an athlete foot that are Wayne Henry. When you see that, me play it, you know. And the first never see people from PIOJ come and make press briefing with government around them, like them sit them up with gun. It's a goddamn disgrace. And I him carry down the workforce, so the unemployment, I him carry it, you know, gone to 3% now. I him do it from PIOJ.
Right.
So we ask for him there so he get fired.
You show the graph when put up in the budget debate in a
March. Yeah, show that.
12.3% poverty. So I dropped this. I come from 16 to 8.
No, I the guy PIOJ guy tell him Wayne Henry. That's what we call him, Wayne Henry Morgan. Yes, mistake.
Yeah, you know, it's sad in terms of, you know, when we hear Andrew Holness, you know, coming out with any sort of political narrative, speaking about progress where his government is concerned. I mean, we understand the situation with the healthcare, that the healthcare, right, is in crisis. We understand that the country itself is in crisis, that we are facing an accountability problem as it relates to $3 trillion unaccounted for. But you know, one of the things that Jamaican people need to observe is the tyrannical behavior of Andrew Holness. And what do I mean? When you have institutions like the PIOJ, Planning Institution of Jamaica, you have Statin, you have the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you have the DPP, right? You have the corruption prosecutor, the former corruption prosecutor, right? and you see where the influence of Andrew Holness that caused all of these institutions to lose their moral compass.
Yeah.
It is a sign that tell me, in terms of how I am reading into it, that Andrew Holness is definitely going down the road of dictatorship.
Yeah, we'll lose Jamaica. True.
Now, let me say this. When you see how Andrew Holness calculatedly, right, put people in position, right, that drowned by his influence to perform for Andrew Holness. And so then it looks like now the police force, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, is no more Jamaica Constabulary Force, but it is Andrew Holness Constabulary Force. It seems like the DPP lost its moral compass in terms of ensuring that Andrew Holness being protected and preserved. Why am I saying that? An investigation as it relates to the Crawl report, the DPP, upon the completion of the investigation, the entire comprehensive report was handed over to the DPP. Now, Jamaica, let me say this. The DPP is extremely powerful. I am going to show Jamaica a particular example. If you remember, as it relates to the 90s financial meltdown, something I'm showing Jamaica, you would realize that the DPP then, as it relates to the 90s financial meltdown, seriously drip up Dan Crawford.
Yeah, man.
And not only that, the DPP drip up Dan Crawford, the DPP charge him. Charge him.
Yeah, man.
Charge Dan Crawford.
Yes, man.
And that Dan Crawford had loaned Edward Siaga over 21.5 million US dollars, couple $1 billion. So I am saying that the DPP who's supposed to hold up the rail of justice, this is the director of the public prosecution. The director. And where you have the DPP who look on a situation as it relates to Andrew Holness' former lawyer, Patrick Bailey, where a murder committed in Patrick Bailey's house. I mean, no sign of breaking entry from anyone leaving from the outside, get inside, and where Patrick Bailey's knife used to commit the crime, and where, after receiving 21 stab wounds, Jermaine also received a gunshot wound. So let us think about this in terms of the DPP and any ordinary person who would have looked on the situation. Any ordinary person who are just, basic thinkers. We're not talking about critical thinkers. A basic thinker would have said, no, man, then if the house lock and both men are inside of the house, right? And one man claims say he must sleep, and one man found dead with 21 stab wound and a gunshot wound, right? Now, wouldn't that the person who alive and where there's no breaking entry would have been at least interrogated, serious interrogation? Now, let me tell you something now. Basic investigation 101. If when Pastor Ricky, Melting Pot, and myself said we retired to bed with our wives. And in the morning, my wife found dead. And I claim that I was sleeping and I don't know anything. You think Canada is go? You think hold on? You think the police name the God DPP? I am not going to the. I am not putting this level at the DPP. You think the police, upon receiving that information, right, that me and my wife retired to bed, and in the morning, my wife ended up dying. And the result, 21 stab wound with my knife.
Yes.
And a gunshot wound.
And bangly up.
No, you think them, hold on, you think the police is going to listen to a lawyer who is telling me that we need to go on bed rest?
No.
The doctor and lawyer.
No, hold on. People are Jamaica.
Interest number one.
People are Jamaica. What I am presenting to you, Andrew Holness government as it relates to a rogue government, a kleptocratic government, a government with its extended arm control the DPP and drape up the rails of justice for it to lose its moral compass. This is what I'm telling you. So then when Andrew Holness coming out and have Wayne Henry coming out and tell us that poverty reduced from 18% to 9%. And when I look at the cost of inflation, I heard Yrs last night in St. Elizabeth bringing the price, right, for products in 2016 compared to now. And when I look at some of the price as a result of inflation that reduced purchasing power, some of the items are increased over 400 and 500%.
True.
And you tell me that after Yrs had done a fantastic demonstration, one that he articulated last night in St. Elizabeth extremely well, telling you the impact of inflation as it relates to 2016, where under Mama P, right, where the minimum wage was $5,000. What $5,000 could have purchased then, Andrew Holness minimum wage at $17,000 can't purchase out of that. And here you have Wayne Henry coming out to the public to say to us, 18, that the country poverty rate, 18% to 9%. So now I'm telling you the manipulation of an Andrew Holness government, right, an autocratic government, that all the reins and suppressing these institutions, right, to outrightly lie to the people, because it's a kleptocratic government. It's a government that gone rogue. It's a government that's fighting against its own internal checks and balance system, the Integrity Commission. Andrew Holness is now saying to the judge, hey, judge, you need to move.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome.
Sabara.
Yes.
Wayne Henry, I could remind the people them about.
Welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, the Planning Institute of Jamaica is reporting that Jamaica's poverty rate is estimated to have dipped to 8.2% in 2023.
Now, the PIOG says that this represents the lowest poverty rate in the country's history.
Now, details were provided at a press briefing today.
Jamila Maitland has our story.
Jamaica's national poverty rate declined from 16.7% in 2021 to 8.2% in 2023, the lowest figure ever recorded since poverty rates were first measured in 1989.
So you know, say the politics in a play, hear the lowest rate since like your piece of shit you. You forget fired. Use the germs. Him the there for all the side, you know, him to get the most money. He must be my advisor. You never see this before in Jamaica. That guy with them put there around 2023, them put him there. And him come out now and I make public speech like this, you know. You understand? This is where I'm live and come out with it. I never have not now 16% either, you know. Because I look on it. 2022. The census they will take up by the starting. So when them coming out and they tell about poverty and everything, the starting thing, you know. This way come with a piece of bullshit. Meanwhile, I be we gonna cut away and give money. 2023 people, we just come out of pandemic when people hungry like dog. The place never open up back good. And at this where the nastiness comes, it's a piece of shit. Continue by one.
Well, you know, I am showing, you know, Jamaican people as it relates to Andrew Holness, right? Behavior, right? When you have these institutions lost their moral compass, right? And there is no ethical, right, regards with these institutions. And so then we are in a crisis. We are in a crisis. We are in what we call a leadership crisis, right? Because we do not have a moral person at the helm of our politics. We have someone who try to believe in what we call alternate truth. So the things that are seems to be truthful is what he convert into lies. And the lies, he converted them into truth. And so then he believed that, you know, his mastery, a snake oil salesman, believed that he have the gift of God. And so then when he speaks, he command the room. When he speaks, you dear listen, because I articulate this. So he believed that he can, you know, just go in front of any podium, right? Because the message that he's going to deliver, he knows how to get in or feed into the psychic of the people. This is where, Andrew, let me talk to you. This is where you honestly get it wrong. This is where you honestly get it wrong. And let me tell you why you get it wrong. You could have carried off this when you didn't have social media. You could have carried off something like this because it is the sort of dinosaurial politics, the yesteryear politics. As what Pastor Ricky said, it is your analog psychosis that enable to transform itself to the digitalized process. And this is where the rubber leave the metal. Andrew Holness, trust me, you must get a beating. And again, we are telling the people who are listening to us, put the X beside the head, and I yield.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Yes.
Yeah. Byron, you know I want to just endorse what you say about that murder of a Patrick Bailey yard.
Yes.
One of the most suspicious case me ever see.
It's crazy.
Because when you look on the fact, make we start from outside. The entrance to that premises is a remote control entrance. All right? It have camera as well. Up to now, we don't get no form of footage as to the break-in and how it was orchestrated.
Solid point.
You understand?
Yes.
Secondly, when we go inside, these so-called robbers and murderers just went in, with one aim and objective, not to rob and ransack the premises and steal anything, but just to kill one man.
And the question melting pot, how did they gain access?
No, but
right.
But the bigger question for this, they don't find no fingerprint, them don't find no break-in, so nobody can. Them can't
how did they get access?
Them have nothing at all, brother.
Well, me have come around.
Trick do it. Cause you know, remember them not find a fingerprint, them not have nothing to say, and them not have no break-in. If say somebody.
Well, you want me know. You want me know. Panelist.
That if you ask.
You want me know.
Yes.
Whether them did find fingerprint or not, them now gonna give nothing on that, cause them not giving nothing. Exactly. Right now, as we are speak, we not get nothing out of the murder scene there. Because when you look on it, hold on, my brother, when you look on it, the so-called killers, them and robbers, use the same knife that belongs to Patrick Bailey and inflicted 21 stab wounds and a gunshot. But them not go nowhere else in the house to find any other occupant in the house. A man kept sleeping. You understand? And then what we are going to look for now is the fact that right away, a doctor come on the scene, a doctor that we can connect to them. A doctor named Dr. Ford. You understand? And Dr. Ford just come on the scene and said this guy need bed rest. And then now.
Well, I them call the doctor, you know.
I know them calling.
Oh, let me say it again. If me and you and somebody, you and your wife in a house alone, no breaking and enter, oh, you look, number one, you and somebody in a house, that person, I forgive him, can't tell us me asleep. You can't tell no police that. Don't go reason why, because the Andrew when this guy start admit anything wrong, Andrew no go prison. We can't talk about nobody outside, because you have no entering, no breaking, it, no see.
Not like that.
Him we are chat about. We can't talk about one people. Why you know they are prison, my brother?
All right, me know, my brother. But what, this me a move in a segment, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. When we look on it now, all right. Them same one bed rest. Yeah. We never hear about that yet in any murder scene.
Yes.
You understand? What we are going to look on now, which is very, very significant, in his initial statement, me attack Patrick Bailey's statement.
Yes.
Him not know this man, him is a guard, I'm going to know him by the name of Gully.
Thank you. Good.
All right. But when we peel back the veil, we find out same of the man liar, my junior liar.
Yes.
Of many years. As a matter of fact, he represent Junior family. That's how Junior get in contact with him. He was representing members of Junior family prior to Junior being in contact with him personally.
But the man they get shut up, you know. Him win the man
I know.
Before
right.
Win the man case him over 20 years before.
Right. You understand? And then now, after that now, we start hear them as say umbrella gang from Portmore. What can go so? What can go so? And then after that, this high-profile murder case just drowning in the water. But when you look, this man now is a wealthy man. The guard that becomes a wealthy man, extremely wealthy man. Where this piece of shit, Patrick Bailey, are living at the man property. Because Junior want the property, you know, because Patrick Bailey can't pay him the amount of money when him steal from Junior, when him con Junior, land and everything. When you look up at the man yard, you see Benz park up there. You see quad bike park up there. But the man is a guard now. So why did you lie, Patrick Bailey? If you are not guilty of the circumstance that took place at your home on that very tragic night, why did you lie in your initial report? What are you hiding? You could never get bed rest if I was a policeman. I haul you. Sick or no sick, you have to go in a jailhouse. Because so we know it go. You are the one person there that is alive at a murder scene. We have to take you in by all means. You could have represented the Prime Minister or the Queen of England, you have to go in. This is how we know real investigation form itself. You have to arrest the person at the scene. You have to interrogate him properly. And I know everybody in the entire world listening to this case knows that Patrick Bailey know who killed Junior. And a lot of people know who killed Junior. That's why them hush this case here. Junior is not a gardener. Junior is a wealthy Jamaican citizen residing in the state of Florida, Philadelphia, in the United States. A man that has life the way the affluent people enjoy life. And you downgrade the man to a gardener and call him Gully.
But melting pot.
Just look for the name of the man used to the man Gully, you know.
Yeah, melting pot. Let me say something to you. Right? Because when you look on the gun that used, right? Because there's a bullet as it relates to Germain. When you have an enclosed area, remember any discharge of the weapon as it relates to the enclosure, it will increase the decibel wave.
Yes.
Right.
Now, you're going to tell me that
you never hear it.
the room closed, the room is right, they are enclosure, right? And of course, you know, window lock, door lock, and everything, which is going to increase the decibel wave.
That's over 150.
Right.
Anything over 80, 85 decibel, you understand, measuring up to 120 decibel, it is going to definitely hurt your ear.
Bullet at 140 yard. So that over 150.
You understand what I say?
Yes.
You may talk about the decibel wave.
The decibel me attack, you know.
Yes.
The bullet, all right. So bullet when you fire it around 140 yard, you know.
Yes.
So when you're inside and it compacted, that go like maybe 160, you have to wake up.
You have to wake up. There's no way. Unless, well, on the way, because we have to correct that too, because we don't know if it was fire from a silencer. Or
you have to ask Patrick that better.
Yeah, that's why I want to interrogate him. I want to ask him some question. You don't like Patrick Bailey come in front of me and ask Patrick Bailey.
My brother, well, I know by one. I now put the silencer on it, because Patrick Bailey them don't know about silencer. So we have to have gun. In a Jamaica, them like fire and move. But no breaking, I always remember no breaking.
But I mean, look, if you put a pillow, you can suppress the decibel wave, you know.
But they never said them find a pillow. Yeah, suppress it for true. But they never said nothing like that. That's
But Sir Byron, one of the big pieces of this puzzle is that the ballistic test results from the discharge gun. That is not been talked about or included. And so when there's a firearm discharge, there should be gunpowder. There should be a spent shell.
Well,
They should
Pastor Ricky,
on the suspension.
Pastor
Whoever
Ricky, look, I just say something to you, Pastor Ricky.
hand should be swabbed and everything. A swab test should be done. Right. It just showing
And
the
the case
corruption
in
with father ruling too.
the suspension need for dust and check for fingerprint on it too.
Pastor Ricky, I don't have to say nothing more. You just wrap up my little final jigsaw to the puzzle where you just say, cause that me that come to the forensic of the firearm. We haven't gotten a report on that as to which gun fired this bullet, this fatal bullet. Yeah. So I don't have to say nothing more, cause you just wrap it up for me. So I yield back the floor, cause that me that come to.
It's a piece of the puzzle right there.
Missing piece. Because you are next to thing before we knock out, we have fire hard, you know. But I have to show this, brother. I have to show this. A video of the night, you know. Watch this. I'm gonna move back. What I wanna know? Look here.
Boss off, boss off, boss off, boss off, boss off, boss. Yo, yo, yo.
Autism patient run out again.
No man, don't laugh, you know. No,
Autism patient just like the yellow bus them.
Yeah, man.
Autism patient is better. God Almighty, what cancer fool?
Boss off, boss off, boss off, boss off, boss off, boss. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on there. Hold on now.
Yeah, brother.
Right in Friday,
Hold on now. And a boss after boss, you know. And a boss after boss after boss, you know. Boss half, boss half, hold on.
A boss half. What them boss half, me no know.
Boss half, boss half, boss half, boss. And a boss after boss, you know. This is the
boss
type of person.
I don't this.
This is the type of person. No, but I mean, you know, me not lie, you. Here's the thing though. Why are we expecting better from Yrs Vaz when she went to university and failed every course? Why do we expect any better? No wonder why you come out and a bus half.
Autism patient, man. Autism patient.
It's just sick.
It's an autism patient we are look on. A garbage that in front of it. Dressed like the bus them in a them color code, you know, man. That's why you know them are garbage, you know them are PR. Because even if the bus them yellow, I have to dress in yellow, you know.
At the first, well, if I let Michelle charge, should I just not green and look bad? You lucky they never
that's that.
But listen, these people
where we are look on, where are the Pastor Ricky? Where we are look on with this woman here? Yeah? She just make politics look like garbage in a Jamaica. It's a lunatic we have, it's an autism patient we have in a politics. Then the representation around a Portland, not shell down man to the ground man. The representation around the mad people can't represent, you know. People are just something just trigger up them brain at any given moment, you know, can't represent you. At this Jamaican people need to look for, no need real representation around at East Portland. ISAT is the man. Because this a garbage in front of me. Boss off, yo. What kind of politician this?
Listen.
This a garbage, man. This could go one side, my brother. Heal back the floor.
A politician in America run a campaign like this, they would sink to the bottom of the poll and will not be elected in no way, shape, or form. These people are not political strategists. In a country where food insecurity is 55%, in a country where unemployment is high, in a country where 2 million people go to bed hungry with lack of a proper nutritional meal, This is the wrong strategy to try to win an election. And I'm saying it, and many people think I'm crazy, but me follow politics hard in America. And I'm telling you, this is a losing strategy. Why? People are hungry right now. People don't have no money right now. People don't have no rent. Them can't even afford to buy a house. People are concerned about the bread and butter issues. Every politics is local. People are concerned where the next meal is coming from. Some of these buses, what them are bringing, people can't even afford bus fare. So where them are coming, a psychological game them are play with the minds of the, remember, you know, the criminal said this is a battle for the mind. So them are play psychology upon the people, their mindset. And this is why we keep saying, in 2025, the people them need to change their mindset from allowing politicians to use them and trick them and bring them foolishness upon them to make them feel like they might improve their life. This not gonna improve their well-being. We already said the school bus them is toxic in terms of the fume and the carbon monoxide where it are released in the air for people breathing. This is an uncaring government. No politician in America would have run a campaign like this. A foolishness is right before our eyes. No politician in
nowhere in the world
would have run a foolishness this. So if the Jamaican people them, well, me have confidence in the people of Jamaica that them are gonna reject this criminal and them foolishness here. This now gonna make them win no vote. It's the Michelle Charles and the criminal James Robertson a parade bus already in a listen, them are carry the bus them in the area them, but them know the politician them weak, vulnerable, and is about to lose. Them carry it in a East Portland, she are gonna lose. Them carry it in a West Portland, and the criminal from were running from America, from Florida, cheated there too. The two of them are gonna lose. East St. Thomas and West St. Thomas, them are gonna lose. Them carry it in a Manchester, I guess a road of them are help and Agintai. Them are gonna lose. Watch where them are carry the bus them. In other place where them are carry the bus, I help them a look. And the people them are gonna reject them. Because this can't win not even one vote. Remember I'm telling them.
People reject them already. People, that's why we say 63 and oh, the people reject them already. A one seat I give a problem. A West Kingston seat.
Nah, you know about that problem.
Everything else. Everything else. Everything else. Yeah, we soon work on that. Everything else banquet. Me guarantee 62 banquet. A one seat left for work on. I don't have West Kingston, don't have Bushrat place here. So no matter where them go with this yellow bus, this old buses, it now move them digit. Not now move for them. If anything, them decrease. Because people not buying into these yellow buses.
People hungry.
They are strange commodity in our society, and them all and dilapidated, and them come with high risk to your health and the environment. Nobody will listen to we. Not buying into these yellow buses. Everybody, people in Jamaica, yeah, them already see what is the reason for these buses. You ever say when the new Volvo bus them did come at Jamaica and the Benz bus them, you ever say anybody campaign with them anyway? Them did never depend on parade, you know. Brand new bus and them never campaign.
But here it is.
You understand? And now we get some old bus. Old bus. We almost could have reached, the bus them reach almost voting age, you know. The way the bus them all them reach almost voting age.
Yeah, because England just dropped them voting age to 14 today, right? Melting pot.
To 16.
14-year-old was almost at the age of voting in England.
No, 16 Pastor Ricky.
Yeah.
16.
16.
Right, so here it is now. Andrew, one is, if you just do what even couple of things good, you never have to come out none at all and talk to nobody, brother. Just hear what I tell you.
Exactly.
You know, do nothing at all. We have
exactly.
Over and over. You have the 4 and 5.
Exactly.
You go through We could have come and say, well, in the first term, I'm 4 and 5, and then go to place. Nothing like that. It worse to put you in a recession. It worse to take the good hospital and want to wreck it. Want to keep on telling a lie alone, have travel advisory and everything, I will show it. But having people drop off a bench and out a chair and dead to look at oxygen. Them not, I never lies, a man want this and dead. Don't lie in town hospital. People go down there lose baby one tidy tissue, nothing tidy tissue, brother.
Right.
Remember, it equal all over the place. Saying,
crackers.
Not be a patrol the place and I'll be a chopping. Nobody not going to prison. You lie, in your lie, out your lie in your sleep. You lie when you get up your twist. You whole around the so in the party a liar. People tired of want to call the election. And we should have played just this before we knock out. We should have played this fast because this is the message that Dayton Campbell tell them. I tell them today, you know. Dayton Campbell I tell them yesterday. Dayton Campbell tell them this, brothers. I don't want to leave and not play this. See, I'm going to see Dr. Dayton Campbell. Right? Dr. Dayton Campbell said this to your Andrew. I'm going to play it, Lord. I'm
The People's National Party says it will not agree to any delay in the timeline for the next general election. General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, issued another call for Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness to announce the election date. He says the Prime Minister is delaying the announcement out of fear that he will lose to the opposition. He warned that the current administration's 5-year term will come to an end in September and the party will not allow the date to be extended.
There is a Prime Minister who in 2020, in the middle of COVID, called an election 6 months early because he had an advantage. Now we are down to the wire and he has his Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs talking about December. Call the election now if you are not drunk on power. And I warn the Prime Minister from down a Black River. 5 years expire on September 3, and we now go 1 day past September 3 because we're ready for vote right now.
General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell. He was speaking last night at a PNP meeting in Black River, St. Elizabeth.
When you hear that, I just close your note, you know. For the last cent on that, brother.
That is absolutely garbage. Any consideration that Andrew Holness want to consider, you understand, to go beyond September, right? It is total garbage, and I 100% in agreement, right, with Dayton Campbell, right? The Jamaican people must stand up. It can't go beyond as it relates to, by law, by the Constitution, the time, as it relates to September, where the Parliament is going to be automatically dissolved. So I don't know where he's going with that. You understand? And as I said, as it relates to is definitely dictatorship behavior, right, that he's totally exhibiting. But we are not going to listen to that, pay any attention to that, because that is absolutely garbage. What I say, you understand? If you want to bring it to the wire, okay, bring it to the wire. You understand? Parliament will dissolve and we deal with it accordingly, right? And I yield back.
All right, so Pastor Vicky, before you say something, let me just say one thing to you though. Big Mama that come out to the Green Dot poll, me. And when they come out to the poll, they say JLP lead by how much percent? So why Andrew out here? I beg people vote, when they don't vote, and if you vote, unless you not vote for people where them do the work, who know out for vote. Can't I beg, you know? So if the poll of the Green, why the Prime Minister out here beg?
The reason why the Prime Minister
out here beg people vote for vote, who not vote him out.
The reason why the Prime Minister beg, because of SSL poll and a blue that poll. Remember,
nobody not following a poll boy, you know. They just want to call election for mash him up. We don't have no time for him. Yes, Pastor Vicky.
Yeah, listen. The Prime Minister, who is a criminal, no, after this election, a prison him go, and him alone go prison. A whole heap of them, It's to the permanent secretary them and the cabinet secretary so well. You see all of the criminal MP them, right now 10 of them under investigation. But me feel like the whole 49 of them under investigation. So you see after this election, him know and the whole of them know. That's why here Desmond McKenzie a ball like a pig. We can't afford to give PMP back Jamaica. Because them hear the prison door a slam in them ears. You think him hear baby a cry? A prison door him hear a slam in them ears. So guess what? Yeah, and them door they loud. Cause me do only for prison ministry and go teach Bible study in a prison. So me hear them door they slam many times. But hear what now? Him cannot call the general election. Him is between a rock and a hard place. Him know him a go lose and him know him have to call it. So him is between a rock and a hard place. Here what him problem is. He has 4 years of statutory declarations that are uncertified, which makes him unfit and illegal, and him shouldn't even be prime minister right now as we're speaking. That time biggest problem, him no know forget around it. So I'm crying Dennis Chung. If you think Dennis Chung can save him, but me not care who nobody say. Dennis Chung can't save him. The DPP can't save him. The criminal corrupt police commissioner can't save him. Nobody in Jamaica can't save him. You know why? That forensic auditor that the IC outsourced them investigation to because the prime minister was not cooperating and releasing documents, which is a breach of the law according to the Supreme Court a month ago. That international financial forensic auditor have discovered a wealth of criminality on this prime minister. And the IC was so brilliant that them withhold that information. So no matter what Dennis Stronger go through and where I read, him can't even touch this case because him going to compromise himself. And when Marky G said when the right time come, enough of them are going to chat. Dennis Stronger and a prisoner if him try to interfere with international investigators. And last point, you see, those international investigators from America, them all talk to the Justice Department, them talk to the current president who's in office. Them have files from the Prime Minister right now. That the reason why America now trouble the Prime Minister right now, because them now are interfering in another country political thing. Them are wait for him leave office. The Prime Minister can't even run to come to America. Him have assets in America. And him can't even come to America after him lose the election. Because him are going to be right now the trap for them grab him. So you what now? Him cannot call the election. And the Governor General need to step in right now after the independence August the 6th and dissolve Parliament like August the 7th. And call the election for August the 31st or September the 1st. So it in line with the constitutional due date of September the 3rd. The Prime Minister cannot call the election. And if it got to September 15 and the Parliament dissolved, he's no longer Prime Minister of Jamaica. And that's a dangerous thing because any geopolitics, war, disaster can happen and you cannot have a country without a leader. So him is between a rock and a hard place. Him can't call the election. We say him afraid because him see the orange wave and the rise of Comrade Leader Mark Golding. Truth. But him have major problem. Him is a criminal and the forensic financial auditor discover a lot of dirt. The Prime Minister is dirty and unclean. Him unfit. Him shouldn't occupy the office of the Prime Minister. And him know deep in his conscience, if him have any, him know him is unworthy to be a leader of the country. But him is very shameful. Him pride, what have him, him arrogance to have him, can't make him even step aside and turn it over to Tufton, the death doctor. But you know what? Him can't call the election. Me willing to put my neck on a block and make him chop it off. Him can't call the election.
Him have force to call it. Him have force to call it because him knows him in a trouble, you know. All right, what him try to do? Him thinks that the boss them it have people like them at head sick and I'm and say, yes! And you vote. Them things on the road. That's why in front of you in a real time, them do these things. Him think I like 2020 or before, and him think say the $1 billion if you give 20 grand, you have to vote for him. So them do everything now. Give a black tank, so you get vote. Me just see him play youth have around 50 back class, some Jews, him take one. But if you speak the truth, when you know say man lie this thing on earth, and then him tell you, ask you to say around 50, him say make the people them take it to my pay fee. I vote him, say I go on and try, you know, yeah. All these things you shouldn't even make him buy out. Hey, when if you stand firm, you know. Give people if you give them just say their things and don't even take him money, tell them say it's okay, man. You understand? So I do these things and say when them leave, no, you might also have a vote for him can buy 50 juice. You don't be yeah man, don't be, you know, and turn your head like for some look of foolishness where am I going with. Can't be seen going about ask people what they want and they buy them the kind, you know. All of a sudden now, you know, in a pandemic where you want these things, you know, look for you. But right now, I'm not doing anything.
Desperate.
It's a way to look forth. It's named desperation and dangerous.
Yeah.
So I have a point it out, and when I do the and them video the people, I put them up in like Yrs now.
Nothing now gonna help him with him do. Nothing. Absolutely. The people them done with the Prime Minister and them government. The local government election last year show you the major shift.
Yes, yes.
Remember Markiji come from 13 points down, you know, and then him rise and win the local government election, and then him come up by 9 points. And Mark Golden since then has never trailed.
Around 18 points ahead.
Yeah, him never trailed in the poll. An incumbent government, if they had good performance and the people were satisfied with them, they wouldn't be trailing in the poll. I'm in trouble, and him know that. The whole of them are gonna lose. Melton Pat right, but Sir Byron right, Father Lonesome right, the whole of our right, 63 and 0.
Pastor Ricky, if the me say something to the people, if you don't want to know good performance, just look now, we just have the KTC. Look on it before and look on it now. Look on it then and now. Look on the road, them and look at the place, look at the market, them still. That's a PMP KTC. Before it was federal, it was a poor bed. It's a place where them chop money. That's Jamaica Labour Party KCC. Yeah? Look where I go on now. I want to see nothing yet. To not see market G to cover the government yet. These are the things teach you know. 25 million look over seven market. And fix them up on them all right. And look on this again now, Byron. Pastor Ricky and Melton Pat. Them have 46 million for just wipe out the thing with the bleach. 25 million the PMP like thing they get mayor and then use it fix 7 market. Nice! But when them are the one that could think I clean it up at 50,000, them at 50 million them at take. Eh?
Give me 30 more seconds, Father Lonesome. Please, may I beg you?
Yes.
I know my time expire, but hear this. If him turn Portmore in a Silicon Valley right now, he might go lose the election. If him turn Clarkstown if him turn Trelawney in a Clarkstown, him still gonna lose the election. If him turn Morantby, all of the market them in a Jamaica in a 3-story market with parking lot, them still gonna lose. If them import another 1,000 decommissioned bus, them are gonna lose the election. If him get another 1,000 JUTC bus, them are gonna lose. No matter where them come, if them spend $3 trillion in this election, them still are gonna lose the election. Because people them wash them under this government and this criminal that we have in the Jamaica.
Yes, yes. So Melton Pat, before you come in, let me tell you something now. Them anger the people them so bad in the pandemic, enough people have him up to you know.
Right.
The man said rather 15 years for your people them. Them move that and take 12-year-old now. I want to give them 50 years. Come on now, kids, you know. But not themselves. The little youth them. What people pick me. He make police a kill out the youth them now till they look bad. The youth them can't follow Andrew Holness, you know.
Right.
Yes? For please, the PSOJ. Yes, Melton Pat.
Yeah, we see everything we're going on under this guy administration, you know. And we ask the question, you know, why is he holding on to power? with all that is hanging over his head as it relates to the corruption and theft and, you know, the statutory declaration can't certify going 5 years now. But I would want to think about 7 years. You understand?
Right.
But we could look further afield now and ask him one question. Andrew, what is the definitive reason why you don't call the election? Why you don't announce the date of the election? I want, if you is the leader of the country, yeah, and you telling your people them that they must choose Jamaica, well, the people is asking for you to announce the general election because you don't even know how much setback you are bringing to the country, you know. You have people who want to come to Jamaica from overseas, but they're not coming in the election period. They want you to get it over and done with. You have investors who want to come and invest and are waiting on the outcome of the general election. And you are putting these people on hold. What you have been doing to the country in the last 3 months, you have damaged the already stagnated economy. And so Jamaica is now heading for a depression because it never come out of recession. So I want the Jamaican people and more so the labor rights them to know this. Yeah? Your leader, every day him stay in an office and hold on the reign of power is more chaos he might bring to the society. He's taking away more opportunity. Yeah, and if you don't carefully, even some of the intended investor them go and shift them attention elsewhere. This man is very, very damaging to our economy, damaging to our country, and damaging to our society. This leader has no face internationally or regionally. The heads of state in CARICOM, they've all rejected him for various reasons. Yeah, because he has not lived up to expectation. He has even gone against CARICOM in various events where he should vote and him don't vote. He's the weakest in CARICOM where leadership is concerned, but he is the most wealthiest. That is cause for concern. This man has not performed from the DMTech office to uplift Jamaica. He has performed in a way to destabilize Jamaica and to make wealth out of Jamaicans. That's why we've seen so many different new legislation law that him implement to rob people in Jamaica as it relates to car seat to 12-year-old, cause one whole big problem, and many more things we see him go on with. Yeah, as I highlighted, people paying exorbitant fee for just a simple mass. But then when it comes to one of his member of parliament and entourage official who were seen on no movement days breaking the same protocol, not one single one of them was charged. So under these type of event, there's no way Andrew Holness could ever think he could win the election, because we have not let these type of activity drown a 9-day wonder. We have kept them alive in the public ears, and every day people hear we mention them and remind them of what this fear has done to their lives in Jamaica. This monster of a prime minister, this rogue leader.
Father alone, so I show you. The Prime Minister said Jamaica is a destructive cycle.
Okay. All right, yes. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness said Jamaica democracy is stuck in a destructive cycle where citizens reject policies and progress. Yeah, but we not see nothing like that. We not see nothing like that we might talk about. You understand?
Urges public to focus on result rather than party in choosing government.
Whether you have no result, if you could, what kind of result you have? Then that the people them focus on.
Him not have nothing, man. Him not have nothing, you know. When have for Jamaican is hatred. This man I hate every Jamaican. If the labor wrong them, we are run behind him. He hate them.
Listen, the message now, right? and them know them will lose. That's why I'm putting that down.
Byron.
You.
I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to show back this. I'm going to show you back. I never see it. You are read it and say, look now, Byron. Look here. Look where Big Mama then put up say Andrew. Say, look here. You see it?
Yeah.
So them democracy is stuck on destructive cycle. Destructive. I'm at the destructive.
Then who caused the democracy to get stuck?
Policies. All right. Let me ask you two things now. The crown. What the policies are in progress in Andrew one is? Can I remember my farmer? And next thing.
I don't see none. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing of those two commodities. No policy, no progress.
2 to 3 scandal per week, I say.
Let me ask you something now. Byron, get that thing on me ask you quick now because we have a little like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, because well, if you have to deal with certain things for you, know. So
man. So we could get this fast. So if the poll did right, I don't care which one of the poll. Why Andrew keep and put out this so the people them are vote him out and them are vote for progress? Can you better in on the progress? You must at the whole place. I call it for call the election.
That's a concession.
You can't treat nobody again.
You can't see the election right this.
Yeah, but them not vote for policy. Why policy them Byron?
Yeah, well, to be truthful, him have certain policies, you know. One of the policies that him have is that Yrs Vaz must control multiple accounts in SSL.
Yes.
Right? And the other policy is that, you know, Gavin, right, while he give contract to Gavin must loop the money to Admat, right? And the other policy him have that while millions of dollars go into NCB, right? I mean, Michael Leachin need to cover it. So,
and
he have some policies that enrich himself.
That boy SSL account, Sir Byron, in Admat.
Exactly. SSL account in Admat. So, I mean, those are the policies, and that what him put out there, he's just defining his own self.
But me ask again, Byron.
He's self-destructive.
Well, I know me ask again. So he might keep on talking with the people them and vote for policy, but we know him not have nothing about I be a chopping policy. I be needs Zozo whenever they come with that kind of thing. But the one name, but the needs, right? When I'm the boy, film policy is not to send nobody around into prison.
But
it's not the same thing with them.
Lonesome. And I feel laugh a while ago. And Neil Grant talk about what is happening. You guys delusional. Well, the only thing what is happening is old bus. Right? Old school buses. You want to talk about that? The old school buses. That is what is happening. Right? The old neurosurgical drill. You want us to talk about that? Those are the things that are happening, Neil.
But Neil,
neurosurgical drill and the old school buses.
Only person delusional is the
president. Yeah, we're flush him. He might ask yourself to talk about him say delusional. Let me see what him say.
Only the prime minister.
What is happening? You guys delusional. You know,
delusional. So you know, say I'm not very out of that.
This.
Hey, not running my head before me flush him. You're very out of that, man. He's a piece. You are germs.
Talk about what is happening. You guys delusional.
We are asked.
Does he know the meaning of delusional?
What happening? At the old boss of 1.4 million, we don't start about $1 billion. We are talking about Andrew. What you have to talk about? What? He have set up 473 million. I don't know where the money come from. What happened to you? Eh? I said delusional. You think a big mama them you talk? You don't have no manners. You know, say some grandpa around there say you talk to. Get off! You piece of shit, yo. Get too out of man.
Sick.
You understand? You're gonna flush you. You see?
Under the prime minister delusional.
Go talk about delusional. At that name attack. And when you attack, we are straighten you out. You two stink. Yes, man. Yes, Pastor Mickey.
Yeah, only the prime minister is delusional.
Yes.
He promised prosperity to elevate, to lift up the people out of poverty in 2016.
Yes.
And today, it never trickled down to the people. The people hungry. The people are suffer. The people are zinc roof, zinc fence, board house. Most of them nice, pretty building where you say, the prime minister and my wife are put them up. Out of NHT money where them take $11.4 billion a year and claim them are put it in the budget. The only person is delusional is the prime minister and his criminals who think them are going to get a third term for govern the country. When the people that reject them and we give them a term, a long prison term in a prison. The only person that's delusional is the prime minister who allow his minister of health to run down the healthcare system in Jamaica that even America, England, and Canada issue 3 first world country issue travel advisory and want them people to reconsider. Never before in the history of Jamaica has Jamaica ever been put in that position. So we have a delusional prime minister who's out of touch and out of reality with the feelings and the infirmities and the affliction what him bring upon the people them in a Jamaica.
And by right, Byron, never play. You saw them talk Andrew watch me, So I send him over. So them use a different name. But I want to show you something, Andrew, on this because you did say you run social media. I want to put Andrew on this. Well, I see. I'm going to play this, Andrew. I'm going to remind them something about Andrew on this. Oh, him use. Can I have a client too, Byron? Hold on. I'm going to play this, man.
This Tuesday, we told you about Positive Media Solutions Limited, a company linked to Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and incorporated in October 2020. At the time, the company had 100 shares, 99 of which were held by Imperium, another company associated with Dr. Holness. In 2022, the shares were given to Andrew Matthew Holness, the son of the Prime Minister. So what is Positive Media and what does the company do? According to the Integrity Commission report, it manages the intellectual property of the Prime Minister's digital domain, such as...
Digital domain? A Prime Minister for your country. That's why we have JS and everything. The government supposed to monitor that. That's why when you find out in America, when Trump takes something and carry away, say, FBI go back for it. I said, no, and for the government. This belongs to the government. So how you control a Prime Minister digital domain by yourself? With a social media too, Where am I born out? You hear this? So my social media blogger to hear this.
As social media accounts. Positive Media rents media equipment, plans and manages events, and provides social media management and communication for clients.
When provide the Prime Minister, him provide social media, something for clients too, Listen again, no man.
Manages events and provides social media management and communication for clients. Such clients include the Positive Jamaica Foundation, also operated by the Prime Minister, West Central St. Andrew Trust, which bears the name of the Prime Minister's constituency, the Jamaica Labour Party, and another company called Green Emerald Trading. Despite having those clients, the Integrity Commission said Positive Media filed a nil tax return for 2021 and 2022. That means the entity did not declare any income or expenses for the years stated. However, the management account statement of Positive Media indicated the company earned over $20 million for the year ending 2021. In 2021 and 2022,
you file zero, but you just come in 2020 and by 2021 you make over 20 million. Hey, I remember the place locked down in COVID, when they are working with these money better, and not no workforce neither. Let me continue there.
22, Positive Media also transferred millions to Imperium, close to $67 million Jamaican dollars and almost
So how your Positive Media might get 67 million Jamaican for the transfer now? When the place locked down in 2022 to
$42,000 US. The money was described as short-term loans and advances. Now, the Integrity Commission also pointed out that Green Emerald, a client of Positive Media, lent Positive Media over $20 million between March 2021 and May 2022. Positive Media paid back the money to Green Emerald by transferring money from Imperium. And
money laundering this.
Another interesting tax development, Green Emerald also filed a nil tax return for 2021, and for its 2022 tax returns, it declared income of over $355,000. Based on its preliminary assessment, the Integrity Commission says the tax returns filed by Green Emerald do not demonstrate that the company has sufficient income to provide over $20 million in loans at the time. It also raises serious concerns about tax compliance. However, the Integrity Commission admits a company may be in a position to offer loans, though operating at a loss. Based on the findings, the Integrity Commission reiterated the need for the Financial Investigations Division and Tax Administration Jamaica to probe the matter and find out if the companies are operating within the law. That's because there are questions about the income-generating capacity of the companies based on the money identified in their accounts. Andrea Chisholm, TV.
And this company will start 2020, by 2021, the amount of money around to it, 2020. By a couple months, the amount of money I remember the place locked down to, you know. The whole world locked down a pandemic. But it no, and it has clients up on social media. Andrew should have better than us on social media, man. Because you have social media, you have client, man. Eh? And you manage social media account, brother. You hear this now, brother?
Yeah. We have to go run off, you know, because we have to go tell wife to go work.
All right.
All
right. Hey, brothers.
This young can't save him from this. This evidence is overwhelming. Big respect.
All right, brothers. Let's go on now. Good day, yeah?
Listen.
All right.
Yes.
All right. About it. 1 a.m.